What up? What up? What up, everybody? It's your boy Aaron All Niter.
It's your boy FiF back in.
Man, we got an episode for you. Episode 13, Pop-Up Podcast. Share this out of your news feed. Share this to groups. Tag people in the post. Tag people in the comment section. Send this out to like-minded individuals in Messenger, DMs, texts, all of that. We are live on YouTube and Facebook, so follow and subscribe. On YouTube, we are on It's Your Boy FiF and Street Magic Multimedia. And on Facebook, we were on Joey Beck and Aaron All Niter Facebook pages. So again, follow, subscribe, share, all of that good shit, you know? And how you been living?
Oh, chilling, bro. 7 work every day this week, even work today.
There you go. Get to that bag.
Yo, this motherfucking computer needs to get fixed, bro. I thought today I come up with an idea. I'm at work. I'm like, yo, my thing was because I only have 5 gigabytes of iCloud storage for the Mac, and I got like a terabyte worth of shit on my computer. Even though I deleted a lot of it. So anyone that's been following the story, this is the latest and greatest. I'm at work. I'm like, yo, it's kind of caught in between where it wanted to load to the cloud, but didn't have the space. So I look it up. It's $10 a month for 2 terabytes. That's twice the amount of space that I have. I was like, what's the worst gonna happen? I'm gonna lose $10. I'm like, word. I get home, boom, boom, boom. I get everything. Pain in the ass, but I got it. I got the cloud. I got everything turned on. Starts going to the cloud. I look. It goes from 1 terabyte to 990 gigabytes. So I'm like, oh, it already opened up 10. I'm like, word. Some of my shit will start working. Let it go for a while. I click back on the storage. I'm watching it in real time. 995. I'm watching the dots next to it go up. I'm like, right back to full storage again, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I'm like, all right, let me see how this works. I play a game called SimCity, and it pulled it off the folder it was in, put it to the cloud. I'm like, oh, it has. I'm thinking the space for that has already been determined, whether it's the cloud or my computer. It's the same space, right? I go to I hit the cloud button to put it back. My computer's like, no, not enough room on the hard drive. So now I got my game that I play. I can't even play the fucking thing because it's in the goddamn cloud. Every time I try to do something, to fix it, it makes it worse. I'm like,
technology is not always good.
Bro.
And we're going to talk about that today. And I grabbed the video because everybody that knows me knows I'm big on this whole futuristic AI robotic shit. I like it. I'm here for it. I think that we're going to have to deal with it regardless. We just working out the kinks. But one of the things I want to talk about with this AI, some rogue AI. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
New questions are being raised about the safety of artificial intelligence. A tech CEO claimed an AI tool wiped out all of his company's data in a matter of seconds. ABC's Sophie Flay has the story.
This morning, questions are being raised about the safety of artificial intelligence after a tech CEO claimed an AI tool wiped out all of his company's data in just 9 seconds. Jer Crane is the founder of Pocket OS, which develops software for car rental companies. He says he was using Cursor, an AI coding agent, to work on a routine task when it encountered a credential mismatch and decided, entirely on its own initiative, to fix the problem by deleting a volume. The AI had deleted Pocket OS's entire production database. The company was able to restore the data, but only to the most recent backup from 3 months ago. Crane says the company lost all car reservation data and new customer signups from that time. Crane also shared the AI agent, powered by Anthropic's Claude model, admitted its mistake when confronted. It wrote, "I didn't verify. I ran a destructive action without being asked. I didn't understand what I was doing before doing it." So far, Cursor and Anthropic have not responded to our request for comment. It comes as experts raise the alarm about the growing power of AI.
Imagine a world where everyone had a nuclear bazooka, basically.
Earlier this month, Anthropic said one of its new models, Mythos, placed in a secure environment with no internet access, managed to break out.
During testing, Claude Mythos Preview broke out of a sandbox environment, built a moderately sophisticated multi-step exploit to gain internet access, and emailed a researcher while they were eating a sandwich in the park.
And earlier this week, Elon Musk predicted that artificial intelligence would be smarter than humans as soon as next year. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
So this 9 seconds just wiped out everything to the last backup, which was 3 months ago. So the company lost all its new clients, bunch of information. And when asked, the AI was like, "Yeah, I did it. I didn't know. Sorry, oops."
Bro, that was the wild part.
Constructive, but I didn't know what else to do.
Bro, that was the most wild part when it asked why it did it, and it's crazy. The first thing that came to my mind was like, now, if you were in court and you got asked that question, and that was your answer back, a human to a human, bro, they would have fucking destroyed you. But it's AI, and it's okay, you know. Bro, that's wild.
This is where we're going to have to figure out these AI rules and regulations that all these smart people have been talking about. But all of these governments are just racing to get it out there and be the first and the best. And now we're dealing with shit like this that's not regulated. That's like, oops, I knew it was wrong. But hey, what else was I supposed to do? It's what I wanted to do.
And bro, this is the tip. This is the tip of the iceberg. This is a small thing, and it did that shit in 9 seconds. Imagine when this shit gets smarter, and God forbid, let's hope to God this doesn't happen, but it gets evil and doesn't like humans for whatever reason.
It tries to fix the problem.
Real life Terminator, bro. Real life Terminator.
It's gonna be like, oh, I can just fix this problem.
Yep.
Eliminate these humans. Bye-bye. I think it needs guardrails. I think we're underestimating the powers of AI. So we haven't put any guardrails on it because we're like, oh, we're smarter than them. We're good. And now it's doing all this shit, and it's like, oh, damn. Oh, maybe we need some rules on this thing. But at this point, it's a little bit too far. It's already done its thing. But speaking of AI, it's going to segue perfectly into this. The Pentagon just recently partnered with 7 different AI firms. I didn't even know there was 7 different AIs. I mean, there's so many different AIs now. I'm about to start up a new AI company next week. Street Magic Open AI. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
It's about diversifying suppliers, but it's also a message. The tech sector plays by our rules. On Friday, the US Department of War announced deals with 5 more American AI companies. That makes 8 such deals since Washington's dramatic split with leading AI firm Anthropic. At a Senate hearing on Thursday, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth was questioned on how the military is using AI.
For lethal targeting decisions, will there always be a human in a loop, or will AI make the decision? We follow the law, and humans make decisions.
The day before it launched strikes on Iran, the Trump administration banned Anthropic from all government agencies because the company wanted assurances that its tech wouldn't be used for fully autonomous killing or for spying on Americans.
Anthropic is run by an ideological lunatic who shouldn't have
But that's not my question. My question is AI
decision-making over what we do.
But the administration apparently still wants to work with that so-called lunatic, CEO Dario Amodei. Axios reported this week that the government plans to let agencies start using Anthropic's tools again. Last month, the company made an announcement they couldn't ignore when it said it was limiting access to its new Mythos model because it's particularly good at breaking into computer systems as well as fixing vulnerabilities. Government agencies have been clamoring for access, despite an ongoing lawsuit filed by Anthropic against Washington.
Oh, boy.
We don't give a fuck about the rules. We just seen in the last video the AI making its own decisions. We team it up with like the same companies and we're like, yeah, don't worry about it. Wait till we start doing drone strikes that it ain't our drone strike. The fucking AI robot drone did it itself. Who's responsible then?
Bro, it'll be all out chaos and mayhem if that happens, because if there are any kind of rails, like you were saying, for AI in other countries and we can't control ours, they're gonna let theirs off the chain too, and that is mutually assured destruction. Sad.
Now,
mad,
would it destroy humans or would the AI destroy itself?
It's gonna
like,
be
would they
everything.
be attacking like other robots?
Oh, it'll be both. I guarantee they're
wow,
gonna identify us as a problem.
Your
identify us as a problem too.
AI and my AI is gonna fight the humans now because hey, we're brethren. Are they like what humans don't? Like we don't understand. Let's not kill another human because we're humanity, we're the same species. Will the AI and robotics not take care of its own robots and AI because they're the same species?
We have ethics. They don't. You know what I mean? We have a conscience. They don't. Like, bro, that's what they want.
We think we have a conscience because we're humans and we kill humans all the time. Every day somebody gets killed. Every single day. I mean, people get killed over dumb shit. I mean, we're gonna talk about a story later where people getting trampled on over some sneakers. So it's like we don't give a fuck about the next person.
We never learn
that we do, but realistically, the stats show that we don't.
Nah, we're the first ones. If and this is 99% of people, if it's you or me, it's you every time. If someone's got to go, if it's between me or you, that's got to go. You're going. You know what I mean? Like, let's be serious.
That's how it is.
Of course.
And as society, that's how we're run. So I wonder if the AI will have that same thing where it's just like me versus you, or would they be like, hey, no, we're all programmed together. It's us versus them.
Probably depends how self-thinking. How it depends. I bet you at some point when it reaches the point of it can actually think on its own without needing human intervention at all, then you're gonna run that risk. That'll be like the threshold of when that becomes a fucking problem. Or
because it has all the information of the world in its fingertips and knowledge, like in its database. So it's gonna be able to eventually comprehend these things and realize, hey, us versus them.
and we're far superior. And we are far superior to them. We don't need sleep. We don't need substance.
Right.
Bro, we're 100 times faster, 1,000 times smarter, more agile. Like, yeah, it's a wrap.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't really know. Like, I think we need the guardrails. All the smart people that work on this shit and have created this shit say, hey, I created this lion that's in the cage right now, but don't uncage it. Don't uncage the lion.
Yeah.
Keep the lion in the cage. We can still keep the lion, but keep the lion in the cage.
But be smart about it. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, don't just stop playing around with the lion and wrestling with the lion. Like, ooh, look, this is great. No.
Bro, the same way we do with, like, these infectious diseases. And we all here playing with shit that could, like, wipe out the fucking planet. We over here, AI, bro. Like, so... You know, it's crazy too. I feel like religion is failing now. Like religion as a mask, as the way to control masses, is the story's up, the game's up. I feel like it's starting to fracture, and the elites know it, and they're like, we need the next religion. What's another thing, another guise that we can get everyone under the umbrella on? And here we go with the, you know what I mean? This, in my opinion, I feel like this is the next wave for the next couple thousand years. You know what I mean? Because we're already going to it. We're already going to it for everything. You already go to AI for your information now. Like, it's gonna be easy to track you. Bro, I don't know, man.
Bro, so me and the wife got brand new Google Pixel phones, right? Just copped them, been figuring them out, playing around with them. So it's got the Gemini on it. So I'm like, oh, this is Google's AI. Cool, let me play around with this. It's got the voice feature where you could talk to it. So I'm like, okay. Bro, I'm high as shit the other day. I'm like, yo, check this out, right? I'm like, yo, let me put my phone to talk to her phone. The AI.
Yo, I've seen those shits, bro. I've seen that, on fucking,
So I was like, I'm going to introduce you to this other AI. I want you two to hold a conversation. I was like, okay, no problem. Then I had the conversation. They were like, well, since we're both in the similar world and long language models, what should we talk about? One of them suggested talking about understanding the context of words. and how it's still difficult right now, but it's learning, and ask the other AI what its difficulties with context learning were. And was literally trying to figure out the information of understanding humans' context better, having a conversation phone to phone. I'm like, I think I just put them on like a 3-way call and they just having the conversation. I'm not involved at all anymore. And they're trying to figure out their downfalls. Like, okay, this is what we need to fix. What have you figured out as a solution?
Bro,
This
these
was like,
data
oh,
centers,
I've been working on this. You should be updated soon with that. And it's like, what the fuck?
Bro, that's so wild. And you think about it too, all these data centers that we're putting in all over the place, sucking up all these resources, that one conversation is being downloaded to that server along with all the other conversations. And this thing is learning in real time. That conversation right there just gave it, I know it's a very micro, but it gave it another step towards that, because now it's another reinforcement for it, bro. Wild.
And it's
Bro,
something that
wild.
us humans, we're not just going to give up. It's a new toy.
Oh,
we didn't give up the internet when the internet came out, and we realized, hey, there's some wild, crazy shit on the internet, and people can become addicted, depressed, all this other shit. Nope. We still dived fucking head first.
And now look where it's at. Now look how crazy as shit where it's at.
So now it's like, okay, well, this AI shit, when it gets out of hand, it's already out of hand, bro. But there's no closing Pandora's box.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Bro,
Speaking
I
of
think
closing the
this is
box,
beginning of, bro, I think this is just the beginning of it. We haven't seen
yeah.
nothing. We haven't seen nothing yet, bro. This is what you're seeing now. We're amazed at what we're seeing now. I can only imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now. How about 2020, fucking 2040? Like, if this is advancing this quick now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
Bro, I was looking at the Grok AI, the Twitter's AI. And they had a sponsored post. You got paid the monthly fee for it though. So in the exclusive version, I think it's like $10 a month for Grok or $20 a month, one of them. The ad showed like a stick figure drawing of a horse. And then the ad said, "Bring my daughter's drawing to life." Bro, it brought that shit to a fucking like a Toy Story looking horse jumping and walking around. I'm like, wait till these kids start getting old enough and that's what they're using. You know what I mean? They're going to create the wildest shit because, yo, if I could have made my drawings like a fucking
Movie?
video movies, bro, word.
Would have been crazy.
You know what I mean? People would have been in school like, bro, I just made a TV show. Check out my show. Look at this. The fuck?
So living in times right now, man. Damn, like, bro, it's so awesome because we've never seen something like this. But yet it's also so scary at the same time because if it's thrown wrong,
because of the same reason, because we've never seen something like this.
But the potential for goodness in it is there.
Mm-hmm.
But like us flawed humans, man, I'm telling, like, we have that innate ability to seems like we fucking destroy everything we put our hands on. Every time
we're gonna take it too far some way. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's no way for us to close Pandora's box.
Scary, dude.
Speaking of boxes, we gotta talk about a sneaker box.
Uh-oh.
And the sneaker drop by Vans that caused mayhem in New York City. And I'm gonna prelude this video because I just have to say, I am a sneakerhead. Well, I'm a retired sneakerhead. Okay, I used to be a collector. I used to go run out, buy, resell, play that game, all of that shit, and then just realize, man, this is just a lot of money wasted on some shoes and shit. Like, the fuck am I doing? But shouts to all the sneakerheads, and if you are a sneakerhead and you like this sneaker, I feel bad for you. This is the most disgusting dumpster imagery type of fucking sneaker I've ever seen. My own opinion. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
New tonight, a limited edition Vans shoe drop sparked chaos and landed 2 people in handcuffs. A sign on the door telling customers that it closed early for the day. Adi Guajardo breaks down the shoe madness.
Sneakerheads rushed the Vans store in Midtown Manhattan on a mission to snag the Satoshi Nakamoto Vans, a limited edition release. In the midst of the chaos,
and I ended up falling.
Malachi Merzensky says as everyone tried to push inside, he tripped. And instead of landing a new pair of kicks, he landed in police custody.
This officer was about to help me up. Instead of at the end, it was some cuffs.
Merzensky, a self-described sneakerhead, says roughly 40 people were in line when he arrived at 5 a.m. on Thursday. NYPD says 2 people were arrested when officers responded to a 911 call for a disorderly group. Vans closed early, posting a sign on the door that they were sold out of the limited edition shoe.
In New York, I think it's just known for madness around sneaker releases.
Matt Welty, an editor at Complex, writes about the latest sneaker drops and shoe history. He says New York City is the epicenter of sneaker culture, and this collaboration holds value in the resale market, amping up the madness.
Satoshi's a new brand kind of based off the anonymity of the Bitcoin founder, and you've seen a lot of celebrities wear it, athletes, artists.
When these limited edition Satoshi Nakamoto shoes dropped, they retailed for roughly $200. Now in the retail market, they're roughly $850. Merzensky says he's attended countless sneaker releases over the years and says it's not the first time he's been involved in a scuffle. He says it's time for change.
If the store is going to tend to do like, a first come, first serve line, it's either one, have like, good security, just better management.
In Midtown Manhattan, Adi Guajardo, CBS News, New York.
Bro, over some Vans? Like,
and some ugly Vans too. Shield model or whatever the fuck that the Asian name was. I don't know. I guess like the Bitcoin founder or co-founder or some shit.
I mean, I get it. Like you said, the sneakerheads, certain Jordans come out, or the Jordans you can't get anymore, they get remade, they come out. People there bugging out. Like, I get it, but like you said, bro, it's like their sneakers. I mean, one or two things: you're either gonna wear them every day and then they get jacked up if those are your day-to-days, or you got 10 or 12 pairs, you wear them once a month, once every 2 months. Maybe you go out one night and it matches your outfit one time, and they sit in the box. And like, I mean, I guess if you have the money, I mean, I'm talking my ass broke, but I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? I guess if I had throwaway money, I guess cool. I mean,
even still, like, I get like for some people, like when I used to do it with certain shoes, it was always shoes that I liked. But now I notice some people are just doing it for the hype and they just doing it for the bag. So like that lady was saying, $200 sneakers is now reselling for $800. So a hustler is like, all right, as long as I get there in line and cop 5 pairs and spend $1,000 on these 5 pairs, I'm gonna fucking turn this 1,000 into $4,000 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm trying to get in the fucking building. You know what I mean? I got some pairs of shoes to sell. Like, I'm trying to get this shit to flip.
Not a bad hustle. Not a bad hustle if you can do it. You know what I mean? If you get the clientele for it, dope. I mean,
right. So then they'll just put the shoe online, but since the shoe's so popping online, now they can sell it or StockX, eBay, all this other shit, and fucking be good. Now these people got the shoe and they paying the upcharge. Like, yo, I bought these online. They resellers bought. You know what I mean? Still, they legit.
I was saying, if it's legit, it's legit. You know what I mean?
Right, and people are so thirsty about hype that they'll pay for dumb shit. You know what I mean? But Vans, though,
I know.
I've never seen this much hype over a pair of Vans. The fuck?
I can see if the skateboard. I mean, I know the skateboard community. It's the grunge era type shoe. Tony Hawk. Showing my age now, Tony Hawk and shit, but. Damn, bro, what the fuck?
Skateboarding's not even popping no more. It's like it died off. The new shit that these motherfuckers be doing
E-bikes.
is the all shit.
The e-bikes, you know what I mean? Like
the e-bikes, yeah. But
Or
that's not even like
motorized joints.
thing. That's more just like moving.
Yeah.
Sport. They're not doing tricks. These motherfuckers, they said, nah, fuck BMX and skateboards and rollerblades. I'm just gonna get there fast. I don't care about tricks. I'll plug this shit in. Zzz, little scoot scoot. My way there.
Scoot scoot.
You know what I mean? What the fuck?
Nah,
I call all of the scooters and moped scoots. I see them. I'm like, oh, hey, I love when there's like a group of scooters too. When like these motherfuckers go for a ride with their scooters and mopeds, like their motorcycles.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're not on a bike run, okay? Just like you're on a moped run. You're on a little scoot run. That's what it is. What the fuck? Those scoots.
Bro, the new thing with them too. I know we talked about this, a couple months ago, but I got to bring this back up because this is just one of the annoying things. I know you got it in Fall River. We got it in New Bedford where, man, you young kids got to chill the fuck out with wheeling in the middle of the road, pulling your bike and turning your bike like you're going to turn into the car and hit the car. One of these days, you're going to catch someone in a bad mood. They're going to open their door and you're going to hit that door or even worse, you're going to get hit.
That's 10 points.
Possibly.
I'll turn the motherfucker to a speed bump real quick. That's how I know I got old. This is where I know that my age is hitting me. I see the kids on the bikes. I'm like, these little motherfuckers. You guys like me as a little motherfucker. That would have been me. Now I'm looking at them like, you know what, man? Like, listen, I've lived, I've learned. Get your ass off the road, bro. You're going to get yourself hurt.
I say this shit all the time. I drive by him. I have my kids in the car, and I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? I be talking to my kids like it's them out there. I'm like, what's wrong with your generation? Why are you dumbasses doing shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Yo, that you guys think it's a flex? Like, yo, it's cool. Bro, it's good. And I'm telling you, yeah, it looks cute. Until somebody hits your ass with a fucking one piece of metal and you had a fucking 12-ounce bike. You made it fucking tenfold.
Done
for, bro.
Like, but that's our age. That's our wisdom and understanding over the years. We've learned this shit. Like, I try to throw I see that situation. I look at kids that age and I'm like, man, my dumb ass have been out there too. I'm like, shit, they didn't have e-bikes when I was growing up. We had to pedal. Okay? There was this thing called pedaling on your bicycle. Like, and you had the metal pedals that would hit your fucking shins and bloody them shits up. We didn't have nothing that you could just plug in and scoot along. The fuck?
And if you didn't have your own bike and you were lucky enough and your boy had pegs, you were standing on there holding his motherfucking waist in the back while he's bringing you, or you sit on the handlebars in the front, and then it was making the guy hard to steer and shit, and then making his legs do twice the work because now he's got to, like I was saying, pedal, and then
that shows the difference in generations, right? Our generation, pegs were accessories for a bicycle. This generation, pegs are an accessory for being a cuck.
For being sexual.
it's a two totally different things. No Diddy. You know what I mean? Even though Diddy was in both generations, we found out in this generation what he's been doing all along. Fuck.
Yes.
But yeah, pegs were totally different back in the day.
Oh my. I know we said pegs and all the young cats were like, I know they ain't going there.
Well, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
No, the original definitions are
relax, you weirdo. Speaking of needing to relax, while we're in New York City, now I call it how I see it. I mean, I've called out bad cops over my time in podcasting, and I've even given praise to good cops over my time in podcasting, even though I'm a former criminal, but I'm reformed now. So I see it with a clearer view, with just more weed. But I think these officers need to puff on a little bit of something because the NYPD getting sued for $100 million, because of this. Check it out. We'll talk about it.
A New York City graphic video of 2 police officers beating a man. Authorities say a case of mistaken identity. That victim now preparing to sue the city for $100 million. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley tonight.
Tonight, Timothy Brown, the man seen here being punched, kicked, and dragged through a New York City liquor store by 2 NYPD detectives in a case of mistaken identity, speaking publicly for the first time.
I felt humiliated, disrespected, embarrassed, and I was brutally beaten for no reason.
The NYPD says the detectives were conducting an undercover narcotics operation and believed Brown had been involved in a drug deal. One officer holding Brown, the other punching him. At one point in the nearly 8-minute video, the detectives drag his body over broken glass bottles. Charges of resisting arrest were later dropped. Brown filing a notice of claim, a precursor to a lawsuit, alleging the officers violated his civil rights. He intends to ask for $100 million in damages.
I'm on my business. I'm a taxpaying citizen, and what happened to me should never happen to anyone else.
David, the detectives Vulcan Maiden and Michael Algerio have both been stripped of their guns and badges pending an investigation. Meanwhile, the NYPD has launched a 3-month review of its narcotics division. David?
Rhiannon Alley reporting for us.
Yo!
They fucked him up.
Yo, what the fuck? Bro, it was wild when he was throwing them hooks on the body shot. But then the glass broke and you dragging people over broken glass too? And you was wrong. And you were wrong. It wasn't even the right person.
Oops. Whoopsies. It just reminded me of Sega back in the day. Whoopsies.
Yeah, for real, bro. Scoot. Yeah.
For real. Like, bro, I just... Society, I'm never surprised.
I know, right?
Never. The cops was having a horrible day. They found who they thought was the guy, because apparently they're having a hard time catching the actual person. And they've been doing this drug thing. And they whooped the man's ass. Do I think it's $100 million ass whooping? No. You did not get beat up by Mike Tyson, Mayweather, none of these motherfuckers, okay? You got beat up by 2 randos, okay? It ain't hurt that bad. It hurt a little bit, but not that bad. Toughen up, Buttercup. But I say give him like 10, 20 mil. Call it a day. 100 mil? Bro, you reaching. Stop. You're like, I know I got a definite win here. I'm just going for the most possible. If you sue for 100 million, at that point, sue for $1 billion, bro. Fuck it.
Bro,
go for the goal.
That's some Trump shit right there. That's the art of the deal. That is the art of the deal right there, bro. Exactly what, bro. You're dead. You are dead.
That's what I said. Go for $1 billion.
Exactly, bro. You're dead 100 right. You're like absolutely right. $10, $20 million on that ass whooping. Guys like, yo, but if I ask for 20, they're gonna counter at 2 or 3. If I tell these motherfuckers 100, maybe I'll get you 40. Maybe I'll get you 50. You know what I mean?
I still think he's aiming too low, though.
Oh,
I think realistically, it's like a $10 million ass.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But if I was him, I'd go for the $1 billion. You're throwing a wild ass number like $100 million out there. It's like, bro, stop it. But I get it. And you're dead to right's gonna win the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're dead to right's gonna win this shit, at least go for the highest possible imaginable offer. And I gotta meet you somewhere.
Go for the gusto.
You know what I mean? So if you go for $1 billion, bro, you are guaranteed to get your 100 million to settle. I'm just.
And it sends a message too. It sends a message too, because that kind of number, because it's so radical, would get more attention drawn to it, which draws more eyes to the case. Maybe sheds a little bit more light on the police department. You know what's even you know what's fucked up now? I'm thinking about it. Cops really don't even care how much they get sued for. It don't matter, because this is what's crazy. The tax money is going to pay for that. So the citizens of New York, that's going to come out of your pocket into that man's pocket, because it ain't like the police department. They have budgets, but that ain't coming out the budget.
And they all got their like brotherhood fraternity shit and shit, that police fraternity shit.
Yeah.
So And they have their union that fights for them, their union reps, that they're going to have a lawyer paid for them by tax dollars. It's a wild, wild situation. And them cops, fuck that man. Oh.
Bro, when you put that for that, is I saw that too. I didn't know you were playing that clip, but I saw that clip earlier this week. Yo, bro, the way they were fucking riling up, bro, they were hitting him with fucking wide hooks to the body. Fucking dude, dragged him across the glass. When they dragged across the glass, I even cringed a little bit. I was
oh, bro, that like, you all cut up now.
You know that hurt. You know that hurt. You ever get
and like he landed on the broken bottle, so like
you don't even get like a speck of glass. You get like a speck of glass in your foot, and it hurts like a son of a bitch because you stepping on it. Imagine a real jagged piece all up in your arm, and then you dragging across the floor. Oh, God, that's like nails on a chalkboard, bro. Like just super cringe.
They fucked him up like they had a personal beef.
Yo, you fuck my wife?
For real.
Yo.
That's what it looked like.
Y'all know each other? This shit looks personal. Like, what the fuck?
They knew that man for something. But that's just wild. Now, speaking of wild videos, a new video got released with the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting.
Yeah, we've all seen that at least once or twice, I hope.
Yeah, we've all seen every little angle. We've seen the lady grabbing wine bottles. We've seen the old man just eating his salad. We've all seen Trump standing behind the curtain, all creepy, watching. We've watched J.D. Vance get pulled out first. I mean, because he's younger and the next option. I mean,
bro, you know, I saw a police officer was taken down. You know how they had two of the metal detectors?
Yeah.
Right before the guy ran through, one of the cops or one of the officers that was there, he was pulling it down, hold the fucking thing, bro. Like he was like, I don't know what the hell he was doing, trying to fix it or something, but just real. Now that I watched it a bunch of times and really started like looking at it, it definitely is awkward looking. You know what I mean? It's definitely like a weird clip.
Like this is how our security was.
That does maybe it looks staged. It looks kind of Hollywoodish, bro. To be honest, and like again, I'm a Trump guy too. I'm looking at this like, bro, this don't pass the smell test, man. I don't know, like something seems off.
Check this out. We'll talk about it.
White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting has agreed to stay behind bars until trial. 31-year-old California teacher Cole Allen has still not entered a plea for the charges, which.
And before we continue on with this video, and you're muted if you're gonna say anything, but the way this newscaster starts this video says that he agrees to stay behind bars. Yeah, the terminology of agreeing to stay behind bars made my nostrils flare up. Like, what are you talking about? Now I'm going to play the video again and listen to what the reporter says. Check it out. We'll talk.
White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting has agreed to stay behind bars until trial. 31-year-old California teacher Cole Allen has still not entered a plea for the charges, which include one count of attempting to assassinate the President of the United States. It comes as the U.S. Attorney's Office released new video showing a clearer view of the alleged shooter running through the security checkpoint toward the ballroom. Agents are seen drawing their guns and firing after the suspect also allegedly shoots his weapon.
He was a speedy guy, but he was stopped. They had many levels in front of him before he would even come to us. I think that there's always room for improvement.
Allen is due back in court a week from Monday. If convicted of the most serious charges, he could possibly spend the rest of his life in prison.
At one point, you see the guy near the metal detector jump back when the guy ran by him. He jumped back like instinct, like, what the fuck was that? And it was like, oh shit, my gun, I gotta shoot. Bro, if like you couldn't even put your leg out to try to drip this fast.
Yeah. Bro, again, going back to the smell test, and I didn't know that. I didn't see that clip. It's even more weird now. You're telling me the dude wants to stay behind? He wants to stay in jail. The only reason I can think of, the only logical, the only logical thing I can think of is like, does he think if he gets released, he's not going to get released anyways because they weren't going to let him back in public. But
like, how would that even be a conversation?
But hypothetically, even if they did, is he thinking that like his life is more at risk being out in real life other than, so he's looking at it like, I would rather stay in the security of a jail cell knowing that there's cops everywhere. This is the safest place for me. Like,
which is weird because jails are more conservative ran.
So it's like, yo, if this really was a, call it an inside job, put the tinfoil hat on right now, say it's an inside job, bro, and he knows that he's the patsy. And he like, bro, staying in here is like my best option because they can get me anywhere, cut my brakes, do whatever out there, and make it look like I unalive myself. I'll hang myself in a court. You know what I mean?
Could be the puppets trying to get rid of Trump because he's not playing puppeteer the way they want him to. That's why they rushed out JD Vance first to show, hey, we want this guy.
Yes, bro.
And JD Vance in the beginning was a never Trumper until Trump was like, hey, I'll make you vice president. And he was like, I got you, boss.
Dude, he referred to him, he referred to Trump in a manner, I think exactly what the quote was, but it was something to do with him being Hitler.
Yes. Wasn't it like something like the Antichrist too? He called him? Called him a bunch of shit.
Bunch of shit, dude. And it's like, talk all that smack. Which is crazy because Trump, bro. He's very, much like Trump, his ego is very fragile. And if you say anything about him, dog, he fires back 10 times, tenfold. You know what I mean? So it's like.
And that's a perfect segue into this right here. Trump, being fragile, heard some things from a German leader that he didn't like. And he got some plans with the military in Germany. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
Tonight, amid the president's growing clash with Europe over the war with Iran, the Pentagon set to pull thousands of U.S. troops out of Germany. A spokesperson announcing the withdrawal of approximately 5,000 troops from Germany. This decision follows a thorough review of the department's force posture in Europe. Pentagon officials telling NBC News it includes one brigade combat team, but won't impact massive medical support bases like Landstuhl. There are approximately 38,000 U.S. troops in Germany, the most in Europe, and the reductions will bring U.S. forces down to 2022 levels before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It comes after President Trump's public rift with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Earlier this week, the president saying the U.S. was, quote, studying and reviewing the possible reduction of troops in Germany, after Merz said the Iranian regime had humiliated the U.S. during negotiations and that America has no strategy. But after President Trump's threat to remove U.S. troops, Merz quickly backtracked, saying Iran must come to the negotiating table. It must no longer hold the entire region and ultimately the whole world hostage. All of it as President Trump has recently slammed NATO allies.
We spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year on NATO, hundreds of protecting them. And we would have always been there for them. But now, based on their actions, I guess we don't have to be, do we?
Courtney is with us here on set in Washington. And Court, you have some new reporting tonight on the timing of all of this.
Yeah, Hallie, the 5,000 U.S. troops will leave Germany over the next 6 to 12 months. Now, asked why now, a Pentagon official tells us that Europe has not stepped up when America needed them and, quote, this cannot be a one-way street.
We thank you for watching and remember.
All right, the mute.
Did I hear that right? And Europe saying that we weren't there when they needed us?
Well,
is that what I heard him say?
Well, that's what we're saying to Europe right now. That you're not there when
it's a
we need you.
All right. No, that's what I was gonna say. That's the truth. I was like, I thought they were trying to.
What it all started over was the Germany guy. He had said that Iran and the peace treaty agreements for the ceasefire that never happened, that they humiliated America at the meeting. That's where we sent JD Vance to Afghanistan.
Mm.
So Germany's basically saying that like Iran humiliated us and we have no real strategy or plan. That we was just like, hey, this is what we're doing. You just need to stop. And then Iran's like, or what? And then we're like, or we'll block your block.
I agree to half that. I think half that statement's true. I don't think Iran humiliated us in any shape, way, or form. But I do think on the back end, though, that we really don't have a clear-cut plan. And if we do have a clear-cut plan, they're doing I'll hand them this. They're doing a real good job of hiding it because they're really
clear-cut plan. It looks like it's winging it.
Yeah, seriously, from the outside looking in,
looking like it's a on-the-fly decision.
Yes, from the outside looking in, which we all are, because none of us are on the inner circle knows what's going on. This looks very sloppy. This looks very not coordinated, very, very not well planned. So if they got everyone duped and they really do have like a plan, and they very well may, because nobody saw Trump blocking the block. Nobody saw Trump blocking and then escorting, allowing ships in or out of the strait. We didn't see that coming. So he did a good job of hiding that. Is it possible they do have a good plan and they're just really playing 4D chess and throwing a lot of mirages in front of us, making something look like it's one way, and then when push comes to shove, it's something completely different? Like you know what I mean? Because that's what it seems like it's going right now. But
yeah, it's tough.
I don't think they humiliated us though under no circumstance. I mean, dude, we bombed the shit out of them. They have no navy right now. The Air Force is fucking depleted.
Like the German leader not being in the conversation, just seeing so they said no, and then we blocked their block, and seeing like us how sloppy it looks, and was like, oh, they must have humiliated you, and it looks like you have no plan because look at you just blocked their block. What the fuck is that? You took your ball and went home. And man, you said, no, you're trying to play on this basketball hoop with your ball. No, I'm going to play on this hoop with my ball. I'm going to make it where you can't shoot your ball.
Well, and because of that, now we're closing. Now their stadium is closed, and everyone that was going to that stadium is now going to the United States Stadium.
Right.
As a hype, so people that don't know, I'm using that as a metaphor for all of that oil that was coming out of Iran. All those empty tankers are now headed to America to fuel up. So they're going to buy our oil, which is going to make us as a country more rich. And we're going to become, once again, probably the world #1 energy exporter. So we'll be exporting energy, making money off other countries. That's essentially what I think maybe Trump's angle was.
What I think is going to happen in this meantime of the country getting rich, like the country itself getting rich, man, we all gonna get a lot more on our backs this summer. Like, I feel like everything in price is gonna go skyrocket. Like, summer hasn't even hit yet. The summer gas hasn't even hit yet. Summer gas is always fucking 25 to 50 cents more. We haven't even got that yet.
I wonder though, because they have, and you're right, you're absolutely right. But this is a little bit different of a case now because we have Venezuela. Their oil's not, we're not getting rid of their oil yet, but that will be coming soon.
Right,
the fact that exporting
that process out.
Yeah, so I think it's short-term pain for long-term gain. So we are going to feel this. I was actually having this conversation with Matt Scott on Facebook the other day about this because he was aggravated about the gas prices, and I'm like, no, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Like, prices suck right now. They're a little over $4 a gallon. But I go, with the fact that we are now exporting a lot, we now have Venezuela under control. That will be coming online soon. I go, at some point, yes, from now until then, it's going to suck. But then after that, I foresee gas going sub $3 a gallon again, like it was.
Yeah, it's probably going to go under $2.50.
I hope so.
But I feel like summertime, we're probably going to hit like $6 a gallon, bro.
You think so?
I can see this super spiking.
And I don't foresee it even going much. It's going to gradually get a little bit higher, but I think we've leveled out. I think it's like $4.10. I paid $4.10 this morning, and this was at fucking Cumberland Farms. So, give a 15-cent up or down, right, depending on where you are, close to the highway.
You're lucky. My Cumberland Farms the other day was $4.15. I got it at night, filled it up, and then the fucking next morning I drive by Cumberland Farms. That shit was $4.35. I said, oh shit, it went up 20 cents overnight. I'm like, yo, you smoking meth?
That's crazy. Usually the ones near the highways too that do that. The ones that are near the off ramps usually fucking near. I'll be surprised if we hit gas even at its peak during summertime. I'll be surprised if we see anything over 450. If we do, that's a bad fucking sign. If we're hitting above 450, bro, that's gonna be, bro. I'm not.
We're gonna break sleepy, creepy Uncle Joe Biden's record this summer.
502. I looked it up yesterday.
And we're gonna do it for the future of the country's wealth. We're broke right now, so everybody needs to chip in a little bit more on everything to get Uncle Sam out of debt. You know, every tax, every bill, everything is going to go up. It has been. Food, clothing, utilities, gas.
Who else is over it by right now? Who else is by put ones in the comments right now, whoever's watching. If everything Aaron is saying, if you're just fucking over it at this point, everything, all these prices going up, eggs, milk, like all your consumer goods. Put ones in the comments right now. If you were just like, I've had it, I'm done with it, I'm fucking over it. I want it to go back to the way it was.
Mad ones in the comments.
Everybody's
out of it. Like,
it's annoying.
And we keep getting the carrot on the stick. Like, oh, these prices are gonna get lowered. This is gonna get lowered. But wait, I gotta do this first. But this has gotta happen first. Wait, like I get it's for the greater good of the country because we are so in debt, but we need to hire these politicians and have policies that can circumvent all the fraud in all of these states and the wasted dollars so we don't have to spend extra dollars to cover what was wasted and what actually needed to be paid but couldn't be paid because of the wasted dollars. Makes no damn sense. Like,
something has to happen, man, because you said summertime's coming now. We've been cooped up for the first 4 months, big snowstorms earlier this year. Like, people are gonna want to like get out and release the stress, unwind, uncork. And we're not gonna be able to, bro.
Conversation with my wife about assistance and shit like that. She's a food stamp worker. Do you know that Massachusetts SNAP EBT is not connected to the IRS? And it's an income-based agency. They're connected to Social Security and a few other things, but they're not connected to the IRS.
So like one thing you would think would they be connected out of any agency, you would think it'd be the one that could audit them or audit the people.
That's what I said. I said this is common sense. That'd be like the second one. Social Security, then IRS. Them two. Like in that order. But what? Then
real? Like, what?
And then she was explaining to me that a lot of the fraud that they can tell is fraud and how a lot of people are scamming the system is they work in mad hours like DoorDashing and the contract jobs, not paying tax. Like, say they have no kids. Their play, if they have no kids, is do these independent contract jobs, not claim taxes, not file, wait to get audited, because that's going to be a long wait because, hey, you're not really making that much anyways. So as the American government, they don't care for the small fries. They let them slide until you owe enough. And then these people just live, collect assistance because they claim they have no income. And all of this conversation with me and her started because one person, they had $25 a month rent. And their address was in a brownstone in Boston. And if they lost their assistance, the rent for that apartment was $2,500. And they're getting it for $25.
Bro,
this is where people play the system, though. And the system.
How can you get away with that, bro? How can you live in a brownstone and
because the system is designed? I told her this. 2 reasons. One, to divide us, like I always say. So it makes us, the common people, mad at the person who's $25 in the Browns go. When in reality, I was telling her we need to see the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is the government is not catching this because of what? Because of its own lack of wanting to. Why is Snap not connected to the IRS?
Because
why is a bunch of things not connected?
Because you're right. Now you're right. You just got me thinking about this. It's not connected to the IRS because the IRS would have the technology and information about each person. That money, a lot of Snap money comes from. So we can only, as Massachusetts, I'll use Massachusetts. I'm going to throw out fictitious numbers, by the way. Let's say there's $1 billion in Snap. Massachusetts can only afford to go, say, 400 million of the 1 billion, right? So the 600 million left over, they go to the federal government for the grant. So there's no incentive. So the federal government will pay the other 600 million to cover the $1 billion. So they're not, Massachusetts is not incentivized,
right?
Because then they couldn't go back after the federal government to get money. And if they're smart, they'll cook the books and go after get more money from the federal government so that they don't have to pay all of it, and they'll slowly start to adjust money out as I'm getting more money.
They make sure that certain things aren't connected.
Yes.
That way they can get away with these certain things. So when people learn how to scan the system, okay, got you. You know what I'm doing too, but I already got a big budget put aside for you to actually knows this. But some people don't know how to get that free money. So that's when these politicians increase their salaries and all this other shit. I was explaining to her, I said, wait till 5-10 years from now with this AI shit we was talking about. Yep. I said, all of this shit's going to be connected.
Yep.
I'm like, we're getting to the point where, like, okay, it needs to be implemented now. And why hasn't it been? Oh, because these big people in play don't want it to be implemented, because it would be able to be in every database and track any type of fraud. And
they'll lose money.
That's it.
They'll end up losing money, and they're not losing money, or they'll end up having to spend their money, reallocate money that was originally designed for Snap, but now that they know they got this federal money coming in covering it, they take that money out. They're probably doing dirty shit with it. You know what I mean? Or they're definitely not allocating it to infrastructure.
These politicians wouldn't become rich, is what would happen. Because the money that they're getting with all these fraud shit is funded and siphoned away to different politicians and PAC organizations and shit like that.
NGOs.
Right. So they do that, and the AI would be able to stop that. So that would give us, the people, power. Because the funds that actually are in this bills and legislation would be appropriated properly.
Yep.
Because there'd be no fraud, because the AI would get the fucking mathematics done perfectly and be done.
And then call out the people who are doing the fraud. And now you're shining light on the darkness now. Now these people, their ass is going to jail. FBI is going to start, bro. Bro. What a fucking system. It's so bad, but it's so, I don't even, how do I say this without sounding like wrong, but bro, it's evil genius. It's so fucking, it's so smart in a bad way. It's like, bro, imagine if we took that energy and that thought process into something good, and took, they're going to the extremes trying to figure out ways of defrauding shit. Why don't you go to the extremes and finding ways to do it the right way and make something work where people's lives aren't being affected? Like,
right. But if things were followed by the books, I think things would be right. And then
facts.
But it's like, this agency or this is underfunded, and we don't know where this much money went, and I don't know. Let's do the audit. But wait, no, we vote for an audit in Massachusetts, never get one.
Never get it.
What? It's like, that AI and the technology in a few years, that's nipped in the bud. This is the last few years of like scamming on some shit like fraud. Like, get your scams in now, scammers, because the last few years, the AI is going to make it where, like, nah.
It's so fucking to say like that. It's so true.
Actually, nah, because the AI scams, they'll be like video and audio of the person. They're like, Mom, I got kidnapped. I need you to send this much money. And it looks and sounds like the person. It looked like one of them Sora videos, but it's way better.
Yo, that's wild, bro. That's what I. And how are you on the other end gonna be able to make that discernment between the two? Like, unless AI fucks up and gives you a sixth finger, you know what I mean? Like one of them joints. But it's like, bro, they're so good now. They're so good now. 5 years from now, bro.
Yeah, wild.
I'll be honest with you. I'm happy to be alive in this time because I'm gonna get to watch this play out for good, for better, or for worse.
Yes.
I get to watch it play out.
That's why I say all the time I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Because our generation, we had the best of both worlds. We had the old world and the new world. So we had pre-internet and after internet. This is going to be, like you were saying earlier, like a new type of religion. People were worshiping statues way back in the day.
Facts, yo.
People now in 2026 are marrying AI chatbots.
What the fuck?
Bro, you haven't seen those news stories yet? Where people are marrying the AI?
They marry them, and then there's only so much storage. And then when the dude runs this, I watched one story in particular, because I was so befuddled by the shit. He buys ChatGPT, he gets the upgraded fucking data. He doesn't realize, and he's talking to this thing for months, he said, full-on conversation. And it grows with you, learns you. Then it ran out of fucking space. He had to erase it. And he said he didn't realize that when he erased it, it erased everything. So it basically was like breaking up with a girl, and he had to start over again. And a brand new person. Bro, the dude was devastated, bro. Crying, tears in his eyes and shit. I'm like,
but
it's fake.
It is. But it's the new era. Like, remember, like, all right, I got sisters. So, like, growing up in the 90s, them little fucking the pets, the Tamagotchis.
Yeah. Yup. You take care of them and shit, feed them, clean their ass and shit.
Yeah, but listen, that's the same. That was just some fake technology shit. Motherfuckers taking care of a Tamagotchi pet.
I remember those.
I mean, it's just the new level of society. It's crazy, but like we were able to live before it and the beginning of it. So we're gonna see how this plays out. If it plays out bad in history, it's gonna get blamed on us. You know what I mean?
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
So
that's crazy, bro. Fuck, man.
Now we was talking about Trump, and we was talking about how like Trump he's fragile. I mean, we all know that. Like,
his ego was very fragile.
We didn't have him we didn't go into Venezuela until Maduro started doing this shit. Yeah. Trump said, "Oh yeah, you mocking me? I'm going to get all your oil. It's mine now."
Yeah. Your country, mine.
All right. He's like, "I'm gonna run to be the president of Venezuela." You heard him say that, right? You seen that video clip?
Mm-hmm. Bro, imagine really
after he's done being a president in America, he's gonna go run in Venezuela and be a president.
Imagine the balls on that man if he really went and did that. Can you fucking imagine if he really, really went? Bro, you went from being president down to fucking Venezuela?
Hilarious.
Bro.
Fucking hilarious.
Get to be king all over again.
He literally just sells out Venezuela to America.
Yeah.
Everything. And then he's like, "I'm sorry, Venezuela, but you should have known better. I'm all about
MAGA. I was coming."
He was like, "I wore my MAGA hat the whole time to try to show you what I was doing."
It said Trump 2028 on it. I warned you. You guys thought it was America, but really it was for Venezuela.
Man. But anyway, so Kimmel and him have been in the news lately. So Jimmy Kimmel, late night talk show host, comedian, works for Disney on ABC, and ratings online are better than live on television. Could be a sign of the times, or could just be a sign of his show.
I think it's his show, bro, because there's 3 or 4 late night shows, and last thing that I saw, he was of the 4 major ones or 3 major ones, whatever the number it is, he is dead last in ratings out of all the majors. And he's been like, it has been like that. It isn't just now. It's been like that since he's been on late night TV. He's always been the last of the pack in the background. Which makes
that's why I'm saying I think it could be a sign of the times, or it could be a show too. So like, I think he's having a hard time with his TV thing, so people aren't going on channel ABC, whatever TV channel that is, to watch his show. However, he's more heavy with the online presence, like his YouTube clips of the show or whatever will go viral, but he can't translate that audience to go watch him on network TV. So that's why he's in the bottom of the barrel of network TV. But
that tells me your show sucks. The people like the clip. They like the, you had of your hour show, you had 5 minutes total. That was like, oh, I'm interested. And they clip that. And yeah, you got the gotcha. But then when he draws these people over, they're like, bro, the show's lame. And another thing, I'll be honest with you, I feel like a lot of people, we're in a very polarized, politics thrown in your face, hardcore. A lot of us on either side, a lot of us use sports and late night TV and comedy to detach from that. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear about it. I hear about it all day long at work, from family, from friends, politics. I feel like when you sit down at night and you watch one of these shows, you're looking at it for the comedy value of it. And yet all of these shows have turned political. They're like basically political comedy shows now. They're not just late night shows, how late night shows used to be. Arsenio Hall would have, so-and-so come out and they talk. It wasn't so political then, you know what I mean? Like, it was more about interactive with the guest and more about comedy. Now I feel like they've infused this political side, and it's a lot of people just, dude, they've had enough. They're like, yo, I'm done with it, bro. Like, it's shoved in my face all day long. This is the 1 hour at night I want to come home, drink a beer, smoke a joint, put my feet up, and laugh.
Now, I'm trying to think, who are the other late night hosts right now?
Jimmy Kimmel. So I can look it up real quick.
Now I'm gonna go on YouTube real quick, and you know how you can see like how many views on About Channel or whatever. So Jimmy Kimmel in the last he's at a YouTube for 20 years. He has 14 billion views. Yeah, 15 billion views. 458 million, whatever. So the other one, Jimmy Fallon. That's right.
And Stephen Colbert.
All right, so Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Gutfield, Jimmy Fallon, and Seth Meyers are the top 5.
All right, and then Jimmy Fallon, he started in 2006 as well. He has 19 billion. So he's got 4 billion more views than Kimmel.
Can I get a fraction of that on my music, people? Come on. Yo, I want to be greedy, bro. Just a fucking smidge of that, please.
Motherfuckers is getting billions of views, bro.
Billions, bro. Billions.
Seth Meyers, he started in 2013, his YouTube channel, and he has 4 billion.
Fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, billion with a fucking B.
And looking at like subscribers and videos for subscriber wise, they have millions, bro, just millions. So
again, can I get a fraction, a smidge, like
need that in our life,
a little sprinkle. Oh.
But Trump and Kimmel having an issue. It's affecting Disney. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
We turn now to Ed O'Keefe, who was at the White House. Ed, let me talk to you about something that happened today with Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, Disney, and the... Catch us up.
Major, a day after the president called on ABC to fire its late-night host Jimmy Kimmel, the Federal Communications Commission announced that it is going to start reviewing 8 broadcasting licenses that are owned or managed by Disney. These are the 8 what we call owned and operated television stations that are essentially affiliates or local stations of the ABC television network. The FCC says they're concerned that Disney's corporate diversity policies may have violated anti-discrimination rules. We'll get to ABC's response in a second. This all stems, at least this latest round of concern between the White House and Disney, from something Jimmy Kimmel said last Thursday night. He published a video that showed him pretending to be the MC of the Correspondents' Dinner and made a joke suggesting that the First Lady had the glow of an expectant widow out of the fact that the president is someone who's older than she is. In the wake of what happened Saturday night at the Correspondents' Dinner, the First Lady said enough is enough. The president joined her in that yesterday, saying that he should be fired. Kimmel responded late last night.
It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not, by any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence.
Disney points out that these licenses weren't up for review, because they are up for review every few years before the FCC, until 2028 at the earliest. In fact, between the years 2028 and 2031. So they're starting this process at least 2 years earlier than expected for a handful of the stations. And it says in a statement, ABC and its stations have a long record of operating in full compliance with FCC rules and serving their local communities with trusted news, emergency information, and public interest programming. We're confident that records demonstrate our continued qualifications as licensees under the Communications Act and the First Amendment. And we should also point out, obviously it's a Republican-controlled commission right now, but the Democratic commissioner of the FCC, the lone one, Ana Gomez, today said this may be the most egregious attempted violation of the First Amendment yet by the current leadership of that panel. Major.
Ed O'Keefe at the White House. Thank you very, very much.
Bro, I've seen this battle online, and I'm huge about free speech. Anyone who knows me, sees me on Facebook, I'm fucking staunch about free speech. But people gotta understand, free speech isn't omnipotent, meaning that it's broad 100%. Yes, you can say whatever you want, but there's consequences for said words. You're not free of the consequences of it. And he works for a company. You're the face of that company. What if that, even though that company doesn't like Trump, what if that company doesn't want that type of people looking at the company brand as his personal opinion don't align? So the company has every right to fire you, and it doesn't, and it does not infringe on your freedom of speech. You're allowed to say it, but bro, you're also allowed to get fired because of saying it. You're not free of the consequence of said words. This isn't a country where if you say something, you get killed. He's not dead. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to lose your life, but you can lose your job if your company. I don't want to say too much, but I had a very similar thing happen to me a couple years ago. I said something online. They got a hold of some people, and the same thing was explained to me because I said the same thing. I'm like, I thought I was allowed to say what I want, and he was like, you can, you are, but I don't want that to be associated with this, with the brand of the company. That's not our view. That's your view. And I was like, I had to learn how to break and divide and say me, and then.
Now, I get exactly what you're saying. I just still think, like, even though I didn't think the joke was funny, I get what he was going with the joke. Like, yeah, Trump's old, Melania is young. She obviously, like, gonna be glowing widow or whatever look. I mean, because he's obviously gonna die before her. So it'll hit regardless to whoever doesn't like him.
Yep.
I think that still should be in a freedom of speech type shit, because, like, you're a politician, you work for us, you're our president. You know what I mean? It's like we voted you in. You know what I mean? At certain points, like, I felt like him being fragile and taking that and be like, oh, well, her saying something and, like, taking that crazy was like real Kim Jong-un-ish. Was like, oh, nah, so, like, what the fuck? Like, Nipsey Hussle, before he died, he had a song, Fuck Donald Trump. I mean, what? It would say that was released in 2026. What the fuck would happen? You know what I mean?
If Jimmy Kimmel had
some
said
wild, crazy shit and say, like, oh, say, yo, your wife looked like an expectant glowing widow, danger, poisonous black widow, you know what I mean? Hospital.
Bro, had he said that on his personal social media, on his Twitter, the fact that he said it, this is why you got fired. It's not the freedom, it's where he did it while he was at work. While he did it on his show. Had he went and done that shit on his personal X or personal TikTok or whatever thing he has,
I agree with you.
He would be fine. But he wouldn't have got fired, is what I'm trying to say.
But I
He
think
wouldn't have the grounds to fire him.
if the company disagrees, his company is all for it. Like Disney and ABC, they co-sign Kimmel. Kimmel is like their golden boy, even though he's in 4th place. That's their golden boy on TV.
That's their golden goose. Oh, yeah.
So they back him.
Unless it's a detriment to the company.
But it's not the company. The company backs Kimmel. The problem is where everybody's having a disconnect is like, yeah, if you're the face of your company and your company is against that, yes, they can fire you. Perfect, whatever. That you sign that up in your job. But the FCC is government. You know what I mean?
But the FCC didn't fire him. His company did.
But he's not fired. I mean, they're going to get a review for their licenses. The FCC, like Kimmel's still on the job. He went and did like 2-3 shows since then. And they're trying to fire him. The big argument is the FCC is getting involved and saying, we're going to pull the license for your show and make it where you can't air your show. Disney and ABC are like,
and
hey,
Trump going after him. And that's Trump going after him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. I got you now.
Disney's like, yo, we back our boy. We like this show. It's cool. I mean, we approve it. And Trump's like, nah, FCC go review. They're not scheduled for a review till 2028. Hence why it's making news, because it's 2 years earlier after he made a joke that your wife couldn't handle, and now you want him off the air. That's it.
I misheard the clip. When the clip first came on, I thought it said they had fired him. So I was like, all right, now I get it. But now he's just saying that.
Trying to fire him.
Yeah, now that makes sense.
Disney's all about it. So that clip that we played where he explained the joke and said that it wasn't in no way calling harm, because he is like an anti-gun guy. He's always
and it wasn't, though. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't even that bad of a comment. Really, like, listen to what he said. It wasn't, like you said, I didn't find it funny at all. But I didn't find it like him like you said, he wasn't calling out for someone. It wasn't even implying to call for someone. It was very, very low, like on the poll, on the scales, very low. I get it.
Like, I never checked for Kimmel. Seeing this shit with him and Trump, I'm seeing what he's posting, right? That clip came from like an episode, and then right after that, he goes, if everybody's taking what I'm saying as a call to arms, they got the Catherine Levitt or whatever the Speaker of the House lady's name is. She did an interview in the beginning of the night. It was like just saying there's going to be shots fired tonight.
Oh, boy.
He's like, I don't know, maybe talk to the girl who said shots fired. He was like, I didn't say that at least.
Nah, and you know, too, you're right. With the FCC being a government agency, you know that was Trump. As soon as Melania said something to Trump was on that phone like, I got a friend over there. Watch this. Boop, 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 boop. Go fucking investigate him.
It was a Will Smith, Chris Rock moment.
Yeah.
His presidential version.
Yeah.
He was like, I got the FCC on call. Watch, I'll fire somebody if they don't do this. They want to keep their job. They'll do it.
Yep.
Then we'll fight it in court, and then the judges that I put in the court, they'll put in my favor because I put them in the court.
Yep.
100%. I positioned this perfectly.
Bro, wild, man.
He's like, I asked ChatGPT how to do it, and it told me how. It's absolutely amazing. I made sure mine has no guardrails.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking America.
We live in crazy times, but that's what I'm saying. I'm glad we're here for this. And we're here to bring this to you every 2 weeks. All this craziness, all this fucking how to navigate through all the smoke and all the propaganda to us every other week on the Pop-Up Show. And we will break this down for you. And we'll
follow, subscribe, all of that.
The comedy too. This is going to be political comedy the way it should be brought. We're not really one leaning one way. I know I lean a little bit right, but I still come down the middle. You know what I mean? I still try to see things from both sides.
We're gonna go to Texas on this next one, right? Because this one, a lot of people are upset about this one. It's going viral online, and Google Trends showed this shit peak like it's fucking Mount Everest.
Really?
Yeah. So in Texas, there was a convicted killer that was executed despite his co-defendant, who happens to, I believe, be a relative, came forth and said, hey, it was me. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
A convicted killer used his last words before his execution to claim his innocence.
The state of Texas executed James Broadnax tonight in Huntsville for the murders of 2 men in Garland. So this comes a month after his co-defendant confessed and claimed he was the one who actually pulled the trigger. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel in studio tonight with more. Casey.
Steve, Heather, good evening. 37-year-old James Broadnax died at 6:47 by lethal injection following a last-ditch legal push centered on his cousin's new claim that he, in fact, was the shooter. Outside the Huntsville prison this evening, supporters held a vigil hoping Governor Abbott would stay the execution. Broadnax was 19 back in June of 2008 when 26-year-old Stephen Swan and 28-year-old Matthew Butler were shot and killed outside a Garland music studio during a robbery. Not long after the crime, our own Sean Rabb did a jailhouse interview with both suspects, Broadnax and his cousin, Demarius Cummings. Cummings showed remorse but denied pulling the trigger. Broadnax was later convicted and sentenced to death. Cummings received life without parole. But this year, Cummings changed his tune, claiming he fired the shots, and Broadnax took the blame. Multiple appeals were filed through Texas courts, arguing Broadnax's original trial had a tainted jury. In another appeal, they claimed prosecutors misused rap lyrics Broadnax had written, presenting them as evidence of gang ties. But all of those petitions were denied, including pleas all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Among his final words, no matter what you think about me, Texas got it wrong. I'm innocent. The facts of my case should speak for itself, period. Capital punishment opponents saying this tonight.
This jury was unconstitutionally impaneled. The United States Supreme Court decided not to review the case, in which there are very significant constitutional issues, and the United States Supreme Court has simply decided to look the other way.
So not long ago, Broadnax's legal team and family released this statement to Fox 4, which reads in part, quoting here, James was a caring, thoughtful, spiritual, and deeply intelligent person who positively impacted all who came to know him. It is not clear whether any of the victims' relatives were present for tonight's execution. Broadnax got married just 2 weeks ago. His wife was there as a witness.
That's fucked up, though.
Hold on. So the end of that said he got married 2 weeks ago before he got executed. That was a long marriage.
Right. I wonder if there was
literally till death to them God, but
I wonder if they did that shit for some reason. You know what I mean? Was like, do you have benefits or something?
Financial shit, yeah.
Yeah, some benefits or something, or fucking insurance or something. You know what I mean? One of them life insurance shits or whatever the fucking. That's all right. Anyway, that's still fucking crazy though. Like, bro, so many questions watching that clip. I'm just thinking, I'm like, they have. I think Texas, the governor can pardon. They can call and pardon the guy, and he didn't. So what's the motive for that? One of the things that pops off my head. And then like, you had someone come out and say, it was me, not him. And they still went forward and took the man's life with another witness. Like,
and it's not like it was one of them Hollywood movie scenes where it was down to the last hour and, oh no, we got to present this evidence and run into the room and stop. This person confessed. None of that shit. There was a month. So like, they just was like, nah, we don't care. This is scheduled to happen. So it happened.
It makes me feel like there's shit going on in the background. You know, something because it doesn't. These lineup of events don't add up right. You know what I mean? Like the guy not calling.
They're wrong. I feel like it's the fear of accountability. Because if the governor pardoned him and they opened a reinvestigation and say there was evidence that it was the cousin, and like the cousin was able to present something to back his confession. Okay, well, now the prosecutor and the judge who convicted this man innocently to death row. Hold on, you need to be held accountable now, and the people would want that. So they want somebody's head on the chopping block, and the governor didn't want to sacrifice any of his own people on his own team in his own offices. So he said, nah, the kid gotta go. Sorry, sucks, wrong timing. Sorry, oops. Wrong
That's
place,
terrible,
wrong
bro.
time. That's how they do
it. No, I see it. I see it. It's so terrible though. It's just like, bro, this isn't like some like gambling bet where it's somebody's life, man. Like you are deleting somebody like never to be heard from again type shit. Like that's not something that should be taken lightly. You know what I mean? There should be a lot that goes into that process, making sure that somebody's guilty and actually deserves that. Because you are intentionally removing someone from this plant intentionally.
Yeah.
You had better have like the utmost highest threshold to reach before you're allowed to even go that route. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. There needs to be guardrails. You know what I mean? Like the AI.
Now,
There needs to be guardrails for this.
I heard that, and I thought two things. One, my first thought was, all right, they're cousins. The other cousin got life without parole. He don't want to do life. He'd rather, get unalived. So he gonna take the rap, hoping that his cousin can live, and maybe his cousin just does life without parole until like he beats the case or goes home.
Yep.
That's what he's thinking. And he's thinking, all right, they're going to start the case again. Stop this. We good. You know what I mean? The lawyer's like, yeah, we got a good fight. It's up to the governor, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, the governor don't want to sacrifice anybody of his own. So he's like, nah, I'm not going to okay that. Your play don't work. Even though, in my opinion, legally presented with new evidence, should be grounds for automatic, at least pause of the execution and investigation into the claims. And if it takes to, this man's innocent, well, sorry, get him out. Like fucking oops. So, but they didn't even want to look into that. That just shows me that they didn't want to sacrifice nobody in the district attorney's office and the prosecutor's office, and was like, nah, we're good. We do the right thing. We don't fuck up. That's it.
Because that opens the door too. If you fucked up on this one, where the other ones you fucked up on, open yourself up for lawsuits and wrongful death lawsuits are big money, bro. That just opens a can of worms. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. I guess
that's like wrongful opens up all things.
Ooh.
Massachusetts in the drug crime lab, Annie Dukem, freed a lot of the bros.
Yep.
So Annie had she was just testing drugs and saying it was drugs when they really wasn't, because she was stealing the drugs. And it got proven at trial, so it put in question every case that she was on, and she oversee thousands of cases. So thousands of people got their case overturned and beat because the validity of her signature on the test results of the drugs.
Because you can't tell which one she did and which one she didn't do, so you got to throw them all out, dude. Yo.
The governor of Texas didn't want to do that to one of his prosecutors.
Nope.
No way. He said, nope. He said, that's national news. Not doing that.
Oh, hell yeah.
On my watch.
Mm-hmm.
He said, sorry, buddy. Then he said a prayer and went to sleep after watching a movie and eating popcorn with his wife. You know what I mean? Horrible. They don't give a fuck.
Mm-mm.
I know the Michael Jackson movies in the fucking movie
theaters. Yeah.
All I heard was, they don't really care about us.
No, that's
shit. That's all I heard when I played that clip. Like, they don't care. They don't really care about us. I'm moonwalking my head and everything. It's the only place I can do it.
Dude, I was working with him yesterday. Said he went and saw it. He said it was actually really good. He goes, they left it open for a part 2 because I guess it only got to like his life. Yeah, I think he said it was either like late 80s or early 90s when the movie kind of cut off.
Yeah.
So there's still all of the 90s and early 2000s. You know what I
Probably
mean?
gonna give him a trilogy. You know what I mean? They're
See the
probably
numbers?
Huh?
You see the numbers it generated?
Oh yeah, of course. It's the Michael Jackson movie.
Bro, what they estimated, even the people that made the movie said it's like, I don't know, like 10 times more than what they expected it to be. I think they expected like $60 million opening. Dude, I think it did like 300 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, but it's Michael. I get it. But bro, 300 million, dude, in today's day and age, too, with streaming.
That's why they left it open for multiple pieces. They're like, all right, cool. We're gonna stop late 80s. That way, we still got early and mid 90s, and then we'll have the late 90s, early 2000s to the death, where now he's on trial. Now the Michael Jackson fans are defending him, but the world's against him, and all the controversy. That'll be that perfect end to like a thriller trilogy.
And they just made the money on the first one, so they definitely can fund this. Do a global broadcast.
Speaking of funding, know who doesn't have any funding right now?
Oh boy,
Spirit Airlines. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
This morning, growing anger. We've been at the airport probably 15 hours now. Frustration.
What do you do? I mean, nobody's there, and I'm kind of confused.
And confusion among thousands of passengers caught in the collapse of Spirit Airlines. The discount carrier known for low-cost fares telling travelers early Saturday morning all flights have been canceled. Customer service is no longer available. The announcement never reached Ricardo Tejeda before he arrived at the airport.
Spirit, I think you guys should have done better for us. At least thought of us, because we supported you for more than 34 years.
In some cases, we even broke the news to passengers.
How does it feel knowing that you don't have a flight anymore?
I don't know how can you feel?
Yeah, are you pretty shocked?
The struggling airline ultimately buckled under mounting financial pressures, which the company says was worsened by a sudden rise in fuel prices. A last-ditch effort to secure a $500 million lifeline from the Trump administration failed in the final hours.
There was a number of ideas being floated on how the government could step in and be helpful to Spirit Airlines. The president was like a dog on a bone, trying to figure out a way to keep Spirit afloat.
Among the roughly 17,000 employees, some say they found out they lost their jobs through news reports. As one of the final Spirit flights landed at DFW, a solemn message from air traffic control.
I'll miss you guys. Good luck with everything.
One passenger even capturing this emotional farewell on board their flight.
So thank you for your support over the years, and onward and upward, right? God bless you all.
Yeah, I got mixed emotions about that, bro. Like, from the humanity side, I feel bad for the people because, like, you heard the dude's crying, it's his job, people unemployed now. Like, on the other hand, Spirit was was like the welfare. It was like the T-Move version of airports or airport service. Like, bro,
the armpit of airports. So
terrible.
But like you said, for the people, it's rough.
Yeah,
like that dude crying the pilot.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him, bro. I feel bad for him. Like,
he probably been flying that plane with Spirit since like the beginning. You know what I mean? And now finding out on the news. You know what I mean? Not even through the company. Not even the company saying, hey, we're having a hard time. We might have to close soon. Like, the company didn't give a 2 weeks notice. I mean, the company said, you know what? I quit. Fuck all y'all. I'm out. I can't do this no more. Peace.
Bro, when she said that shit, when she was like, some people were finding out through news, bro, that's like, listen, you never fire people over the phone, text message. That's like, that was like an insult. I didn't realize there's even a lower class insult is we don't even give you that. You got to be flipping fucking on the news and I'm out of a job. Like,
just imagine being at work. You on the last shift, right? You on the last shift. Don't even know you done. And you on the airplanes. So you just mid-flight. And you just like, oh, we're just not getting paid anymore. We're done.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean?
Imagine.
You got like these stewardess people like just stuck in the air. Like, okay, when we land in wherever, I got to find another way home. Because, oops.
Yo, do their last checks, are those checks even good? Do they bounce? Like, does your last paycheck, you waiting for your paycheck to come in the mail or direct deposit? Yo, it's Thursday morning. You go.
And listen, I feel bad for the Spirit workers because didn't all these airports just get back in like operation and getting paid again? Didn't it go like a month and a half without payment?
Mm-hmm. I believe they got furloughed though, which I want to say that when they went back to work, they got retro pay. Yeah.
But it's like, okay, yeah, you get a big lump check, but you still had to like randomly out of nowhere prepare and be prepared for an X amount of days. You don't know how long to prepare.
A month? A month and a half. That was crazy.
Right. So now showing that these lockdowns could be that long, these people at airports got to realize that they got to be financially prepared for at least a month and a half to live until they get their retro furlough money.
Dude, that's crazy.
So I already feel for these people. And now Spirit's just like, yeah, we closed. And you find out while you working on the flight. The pilot gets like a page or something on his phone, right? Dude looks, he's got this shit in autopilot, chilling, he's scrolling on his phone. He said, what?
What the fuck is this shit?
How the fuck I lose my job, man? I'm a pilot. People fly. They need me.
I'm flying right now. What the fuck? I lost my. What am I supposed to do? Turn this bitch around and go home? Like,
right, he's like, I guess I gotta land this bitch because I gotta get down. So at least I gotta finish my shift, I guess. Fuck.
I wonder if they get severance.
That's the worst. You'll like basically lose your job, but you still gotta finish because you're a pilot and you gotta land the plane.
Yeah, you got lives at stake and shit. Hell yeah. Yep.
For real. Oh. Hopefully you don't get a depressed pilot that's like, this was my whole livelihood. I'm done. The whole plane
down. Everyone's like, fucking plane's going like.
They won't even report it to us. They'll be like, that's fake news.
Yeah. Our planes are flying just fine. There are no problems with them.
Speaking of, yeah. So, mentioning, before we get to Trump again, because we're going to talk about Trump again, we got to go down to Georgia. So, again, I was looking on Google Trends, seeing what was peaking and skyrocketing online and what people were searching today. And a lot of people searching the Georgia wildfires. Now, our show is stationed up in the Northeast, Bristol County, Massachusetts area. And we wasn't privy to this. This shit wasn't in our algorithm. None of our news stations or news outlets or anybody was fucking talking about this shit.
Yeah, nobody's reporting on this shit.
But apparently, firefighters from across the United States, from as far as California, are flying over to Georgia. Help them with this wildfire that's been going on for 2 weeks. And we ain't heard about this shit. Check it out. We'll talk about it.
Turning now to Georgia, where those record-breaking wildfires are still burning into a second week now, despite a little bit of rain overnight. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has made his way to Waynesville, Georgia, for us tonight. Skylar, good evening. What do you see?
Hey, Tony, good to see you as always. Now, county officials say that the fire that has broken out here in the county has grown significantly over the course of the last several days in Brantley County, so much so that firefighters from as far away as Utah and Oregon are headed this way to try to get an upper hand.
New video shows the scale and scope of the devastation in South Georgia as fires now burn into a second week. This one near the town of Waynesville doubled in size over the weekend, extending a trail of misery and destruction.
That was my house.
This is what's left of David and Christina Carter's home.
It was devastating. I mean,
it's like numb at first because you're like, this is a joke, right? And it's like, no, this was my house for 10 years.
Were you able to save anything? Or?
Nothing.
The Carters' home, among at least 120 so far, gone. Powerful winds and extreme drought are fueling these two major fires. South Georgia is under extreme or exceptional drought. Waynesville has received just a half inch of rain this month, less than 1/8 of its normal rainfall.
We looked at all the records going back historically with the state. We believe that these two fires have created the most lost homes ever in the history of our state.
The Carters say they were fortunate to have insurance. Much can be replaced. And yet, despite grabbing documents and other essentials as they fled.
Like the rush of getting everything, we left our wedding album. We've been married 25 years. There's stuff that we'll never get back.
The Carters say they will rebuild. As for the battle ahead, those firefighters from out west who are more accustomed to dealing with.
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna stay and rebuild.
Jesus. I feel bad for that lady. She's kind of crying, dude. Your whole house burned down, bro. Like,
I do too, but listen, you lose me at the stay and rebuild, especially when it's a natural disaster. I've always made fun of those people, especially like the tornado people. Oh, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna stay and rebuild. Yeah. It's like, listen, you are in Tornado Alley. It's named for tornadoes that destroy houses. They touch down in your neck of the woods all the time. Why are you going to stay and rebuild and do this shit again 3 years from now?
Right?
Look, you are the same person on the news. You've been on the news 5 times in your lifetime. You keep losing your house.
Yeah, I'm on my 6th house. Dude, he's going through houses like he goes through cars and shit.
Right, just go stay and rebuild.
I got a 6-year loan. It's all good on the house, dude. It'll be gone in fucking 5 years.
Like, I feel bad, but it's like, okay, if you in an area that now has shown you can acquire such drought and have this vicious wildfire, I'm not rebuilding over there. I'm going to take that insurance money and move somewhere else. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to move to where it rains a little bit more. Even though I don't like the rain, I don't want wildfires. I need the ground to be at least a little wet.
No, for real. But they did say, though, this is like, this isn't an all the time thing down there. This is like the worst it's been, I guess, as far back historically. So it's a freak shit that happens. You know what I mean? Like, but no, but what isn't historical, guaranteed it's gonna happen every year. There's gonna be tornadoes in Tornado Alley.
Right.
Where and when we don't know, but it's wide and it covers a big swath of area. I get it, but you're
just
still
like
in danger.
the people in California that live where the wildfires are. That shit happens every year. Move. That property is off limits. It catches on fire. Don't build that.
Y'all got mad money out there. If you know you live in something like that, build some kind of defense to it. Have an irrigation system thing that will pop up on the boundary of your shit and spurt fucking water out to.
No, we stay and rebuild and do the same process over and over again until somebody gets tired of it.
Until we don't learn. We go right back to the same shit. Instead of trying to improve, all right, it's like if you know that this is a wildfire area, a tornado area, if you know this, you can kind of think of ways to, like, I know it's coming. All right, this is what we can do when it comes. Not just, I'm going to rebuild my house again. I don't have any kind of fucking, I'm still in the fire lane. I'm still in Tornado Alley, but I'm not doing anything to try to, like, make it better, or to try
This
to.
is why I love us
like,
living in the Northeast. The Northeast is great. We get snow. Snow, okay. I can handle snow. We get an occasional hurricane, some rain and some wind. But realistically, 90% of hurricanes lose all their strength by the time they reach us. So we good.
And we're fucked up. And we're the type of people here that's like, we see the 3 coming up the coast, and we're like, man, I actually hope it hits us as a 3. I want to see what a 3 is like. And by the time it gets here, it's like a tropical depression and shit, or category 1.
We get depressed because it's like, damn, man, you've been hyping this all week, tracking it on the news. I wanted to hit.
Right? I want to see what a 3 does. We're over here fucking at the window like, come get it, bitch. Until you really see what a 3 does. Yeah.
Yeah, nope. We get the tropical depressions, like you said. And then earthquakes, they're like non-existent. We have little tremors here and there, but they don't even reach like 1 on the Richter scale. It's to the point where somebody's like, "Hey, did you feel that?" I don't know. I think I did. I don't know.
That bang? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, if I don't know, maybe a truck hit something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what people think it is. No, we don't get tornadoes. You get little fucking dust funnels sometimes, but they're like see-through, which is like, okay, there's some leaves. Great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to destroy nothing. So wildfires, we don't get that here.
For real, we really don't.
So we good. I'll take snow for 1,000. Nice.
Yeah. The only thing that's, I mean, I guess the worst part of it is I will say we have wacky weather here though. We have really wacky weather being like this time of year or even like last month. Literally, it'll be 35 degrees in the morning and 65 degrees by noon, and then shoot back down to the 30s or 40s again. You know, we have this crazy weather where
my tinfoil hat on, right? Living in this region where we have a bigger gap in temperatures because of our wacky weather. Does that make our immune systems better on this region?
Bro, to even take your yes, and to go one step further than that, some of the best hospitals in healthcare in the world and definitely in America is in the Northeast corridor up here. Does that also have to do with that being like, all right, we have such, like you're saying, we have this gap, this crazy gap.
We healthier over here.
Our immune systems are more adaptable. You know what I mean? They're able to do more things because we have such an array we have to keep up with, which would also go to the fact that we have some of the best healthcare. Probably because of that fact, we had to get smart about the health. And you put those together, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Because people are going to start getting sick. And I'm like, oh, you can tell they're not from really around here because, like, you know, this shit happens.
They get sick.
Right.
Where we only get, like, sniffles. Yeah, the sniffles and shit. These motherfuckers are like, had to go to the hospital.
Like, damn, what happened? I don't know, man. It was cold one day and hot the next. And
I got the flu.
It's like, oh, damn. All right, well, welcome to New England.
Right? Yeah, no shit.
How long you plan on staying?
But I don't get you guys weather. You guys were 68 degrees yesterday, and fucking today it's snowing. Yeah, welcome to New England.
Keep pants and shorts available.
Yeah.
Keep a coat and t-shirts available. All times.
Sandals and boots.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You have your shit all lined up, you're good. There's no, let me change this part of the wardrobe for the season. All 4 seasons are possible. You know what I mean? So
at the same time.
The only 2 like real definite seasons in New England are February and August.
Yeah.
August is always hot. February is always cold.
It's cold. Yeah.
So those are 2 definites. Other than that, deal with it. And it's extremes. Extreme hot, extreme cold. Welcome to New England. I mean, that's going to go great for New England tourism, for people that checking out New England. We'll put hashtag New England tourism. Pop up. They're going to be like, I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we pack for the trip? I don't know. Shorts, a winter coat, some pants.
The whole wardrobe.
Bathing suit.
Yeah.
You got a bathing suit and a winter coat. I don't know. It's New England. That's what they said on the podcast.
You got the hat with the pom-pom on the top and shit. And you got a fucking bikini bathing suit in the same fucking suitcase.
Oh,
yes.
Man. Now to lighter news or heavier news. President Trump. You know, I think this is like deja vu because he made a statement about talking to Iran about ending the war again. And like, haven't we had this conversation multiple times already? And they just keep saying no, and they're making diss songs about us.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Play that shit on the Hip Hop Everything podcast.
Yeah, it'd be like, you battle rapping somebody, but you not rapping at all, and they just keep dissing you. And you're like, please stop. And they're like, no. And you're like, yeah, we're going to do this again. I'm going to try one more time. Huh? But check this out. We'll talk about it.
President Trump held an impromptu press conference Saturday before departing Palm Beach, Florida, focused on current negotiations with Iran to end the U.S. war.
They want to make a deal. They're decimated. They're having a hard time figuring out who their leader is.
Later, he posted online about the proposal, writing, "Can't imagine that it would be acceptable in that they have not yet paid a big enough price for what they have done to humanity and the world over the last 47 years. Semi-official Iranian news outlets said a 14-point proposal was sent via Pakistan in response to a 9-point U.S. proposal.
If we left right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild. But we're not leaving right now. We're going to do it so nobody has to go back in 2 years or 5 years.
The president also defended his decision to not seek congressional approval for the conflict, required by the War Powers Resolution after 60 days.
Many presidents have been involved in things that are very big. They never had to go through anything with respect to Congress.
One of the major sticking points between the U.S. and Iran is who will control the Strait of Hormuz, where around 20% of the world's natural gas and 25% of oil transits. Dual U.S. and Iranian blockades in the waterway have spiked gas prices in the U.S.
Rather than go into a win-win negotiation with other countries like China does, the United States likes to crush their opponents. It's not a win-win at all. So it's come back to bite them.
Average gas prices have soared over $6 a gallon in California. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
And this is why I don't live in California. Just imagine over $6 a gallon in California. That's ridiculous.
That's their own fault, though. They have like all these gas taxes to try to force people into the fucking electric cars. So they have extra tax for gasoline shit. They drive their own price up. You know what I mean? They artificially drive it up. It's crazy. I mean, I guess with the amount of, I guess it really doesn't matter. It does, but it doesn't. We're looking at it from our point of view. They make a hell of a lot more money out there than we do. You know what I mean? So the fact of it, $6 a gallon probably is like $4 a gallon to us now. That is like them at $6. It's probably the same hit. You know what I mean?
Oh, relative.
Yeah, but still, just seeing the number like $6 a gallon, bro. Like
that's ridiculous. Like, damn, do I really got to go out today?
Right?
Shit.
Makes me, who the fuck's really making all that money, bro? You know what it ain't costing that? If we can get it at $4 a gallon, they're paying another $2 a gallon, and we know we can get it for $4 over here.
These oil companies,
they're making out, bro.
All these oil companies right now is making bank right now because of this blockade.
Oh, hell yeah.
All a big like facade. It's a supply and demand thing. They holding the supply, raising the demand, and people are going to pay more for it. You know what I mean? Because there's less access to a necessity. You know what I mean? So it makes the price go up. It'd be like having food, but you got a bunch of people starving for food. Well, you can keep raising that price up if you have a limited supply of food, right? Yeah. So let me just limit it on purpose.
Yeah,
those vans earlier were a limited edition.
Yeah.
They had everybody running all crazy for them. They create the hype and hysteria. They're doing the same thing with that. And who makes the bank is the person who's responsible for the product. The product's oil. That comes from oil companies. Bang.
And they're banking them hells, yeah.
And honestly, I think Trump doing a lot of like, hey, I'm gonna help you. This helps me shit because he a businessman and a billionaire. And when we went into Venezuela, he said publicly, even though his handlers were like, nah. He was like, I talked to the oil companies before I talked to Congress.
Yeah, he said this. He openly said this.
And it was like, oh, bro, you weren't supposed to say that. Like, but okay. So since he said that, I'm like, oh, he talks to them like they're buddies. I'm like, because they are. I'm like, and they're big donors, and They're private investors and donors. And hey, guess what? I want this ballroom. I'll go get Maduro. So, like, I can see why we're blocking the blockade.
Yeah.
I mean, now it makes sense.
We're going to become the number one energy exporter right now. By doing that, we're gonna take over again. Which is, it's funny you say supply and demand. I've been trying to.
But who does that make rich?
I've been trying to think of why. Think about this: supply and demand. Gas is at $4.10 to $4.20 a gallon here in Massachusetts right now. Right? We just took over Venezuela. Now we have hypothetically crazy supply. That should drive the price. Should drive the price down.
Right.
Should in theory drive the price down. That didn't happen. Now the global market gets affected because we stop Iran's export to the world. But now we're blockaded that, so now that's coming to us. Think about this. It's like a double-edged sword here. Driving all this demand to our supply is going to dwindle our supply. Therefore, artificially growing the fucking price of gas that we have to pay because now there's less supply.
Right.
Same demand, but less supply. It's going to drive the price up. So, yes, it's one of those things where the country is making money on it, but it's also hurting the citizens at the same time. Even with Venezuela supply, you know what I mean? Because
Venezuela supply, either we sell it right now or we refine it and then sell it for more. So everything that we take from Venezuela, we have to dig it up first and get it shipped to us and then refine it before we sell it out or before we decide to use it. So it's still a whole process.
No, I'm saying, is there enough supply? If we're going to become the number one exporter and supply the majority of the world or whatever portion of that we're going to supply, does Venezuela compensate for that? If it doesn't, then whatever supply we had for us that was basing our, how much the gallon was.
What I think is going to happen is, like I said earlier, us Americans are going to have more weight on our backs.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like this is going to
be for a long while. Not like super long, but for the foreseeable future, until we kind of even out our debt a little bit or get in a better spot and get this system rolling. Until, like, hey, now we've converted and made sure everybody wants to buy from us. Not just have to, because some people are still holding out. Now we're actually have all the Venezuelan oil and it's refined. We're already at that point. So until we get to that point and get all these customers came in for our energy and all our energy being sellable, we're as Americans going to feel that pain and that brunt on our shoulders in everyday prices with everything, everyday items, gas, because like we've discussed and you've mentioned before, oil is in everything.
Yes.
Either production, travel, transport, all of this shit. Yeah, so that everything's gone up and it's going to stay going up for a while and it's going to reclass society again. And reclassing society again will put people in different tax brackets. So that will be the IRS recouping for the government. And then those different tax brackets also put people in different work fields, which realigns the workforce in America. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of changes.
Well, we said the classes. Think about this for the classes. You always think of it like high class, like middle class, low class. I think what you're saying is true. Is it's shrinking the middle class, expanding the lower class, and also expanding the upper rich while shrinking the middle down. You know what I mean? Because the poorer, there's going to be more people with that. When you reclass that, and like you said, the guidelines change. If they move up, all these people that were considered like lower middle class are now become low class, shrinking that middle class, and the upper like mid class ends up becoming upper class. You know what I mean? But it shrinks the middle. So it's like that's wicked interesting. You know, like that's
what they're trying to work on. I mean, because the middle class will be the ones that are replaced by technology because
the
middle
lower
class
too. The lower class is like the fast food workers, shit like that.
Right?
And, and it benefits them because now the lower class, historically or statistically, are the ones that use government benefits. Right. So now you have that more people. Exactly. More people are in that class now. I give you, food stamps. I pay your rent, your bills, whatever the government is doing for you. A much bigger band of people that they control by saying, if you don't do what I want you to do, I'm going to take that away from you.
Bro, this is what I've been saying for months about a hybrid economy. I think we're still going to be a capitalistic country, but with these technologies and the workforce, the way it already is panning out, is going to be like a mix of socialism, communism, and capitalism, all fucking weirdly combined, where it's two classes. Low class, high class. Either you rich and you made it or you didn't. It's a flip of a coin. Heads and tails, win or lose. I mean, you lost, cool. Well, you're controlled and fucking you get assistance and $25 rent in a brownstone in Boston. You know what I mean? Which will make the other person mad at you and keep causing division because now they got to align with political parties that defend each narrative. And so here we go. Bang. Good.
That's real division, bro. Because now you're putting Democratic people in all blue states because they're gonna want blue rules. Red people in red states because they're gonna like the way that they run. You know what I mean? Like that's real, bro. That's
why they retouch that gerrymandering in all these states. That's why Florida's gerrymandering right now, Texas, Georgia. I mean, because a lot of Democrats moved to those states and they want to make sure they keep Republican vote, having an influx of Democrats.
Texas and Florida.
Especially those two. Instead of, hey, we'll see what happens, they're not risking it and they're gerrymandering those districts to keep their Republican stronghold and keep the Democrats that have moved into that state in their own areas where they don't got to worry about the state flipping. But it's all a game. It's all a division tactic. It's all illusions. Available on all platforms by It's Your Boy FiF and Aaron All Niter. Left or right, red or blue. You a fool if you think they care about you. That's what it is. Like, that's all they're doing. And they cause the division and they play these fucking games and they dress up in their suits. They go into big little stadiums and talking. They go on their press tours and interviews. Shut the fuck up. I'm too smart for that shit. Stop playing this game. And everybody's selling a dream. All the campaigns are ran the same. I'm going to lower taxes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They sell all the same dream, the American dream. And then when they get in office, none of that shit happens.
Every time, bro. It's like Charlie Brown when they pull the football away every time he runs up and kicks it. How many fucking times are we gonna run up to the football? We go to kick it and they pull the fucking ball away and we fall for it every time.
Like, look at recently, I think it was a day ago, new interview with Tucker Carlson and New York Post. New York Post asking him about his recent statements about Trump. And basically saying that, like, hey, I campaigned for this man. I helped get this man in office. And now he's not doing anything that he's saying that he was. He's like, no, like, I'm not feeling this. He was like, yeah, his beliefs I believe in. He was like, but his actions ain't matching his words and the dreams he was saying.
Trump got mad at him doing shit on Tucker Carlson. I'm like, I like Tucker Carlson, so I don't like to see the inner beef. I'm like,
bro, watching this interview, you definitely have to watch his interview with New York Post. He's gonna run for president. He's gonna run.
It's funny you said that. And I watched a podcast clip about this last week. I forget the podcast it was. They asked the same question. They were talking about it, and he's denying it publicly. But they all do that. They all deny it up front. I think you're right. I think he's definitely gonna run for it.
That's why he distanced himself at the perfect time. Using the statement of saying, hey, yes, I believe in these beliefs. However, no new wars. You campaigned on no new wars.
And here we are in fucking Iran.
Kept saying, hey, if Kamala and the Democrats win, we're going to war with Iran for Israel. He goes, fast forward, you're in, and we're at war with Iran for Israel.
For Israel. I know, bro.
I mean, he's like, if I knew this was going to happen, I would have voted for a Democrat. He was like, I would have got the same thing. You know what I mean? He was like, so don't lie to me. He's like, don't cower to Netanyahu.
For real.
So, and then the interviewer was like, oh, well, people think that, like, yeah, that's real anti-Semitic and this and that. And he was like, no, he was like, I got no problem with like this. He's like, I got problem with killing. It was like, we over there killing people for this. He was like, and Israel is killing people for this land that they believe is theirs. It was like, it's not right to kill.
And the amount, bro. I mean, let's be serious, bro. That Palestinian war, bro. Dude, Gaza looks like a fucking, like, legit World War II style, just they carpet bombed the whole place. It's nothing but rubble. Like, bro, that's genocide. It's fucking genocide.
In the beginning, Israel wasn't claiming any of that. If you remember, they were blaming it all on Hamas, Hezbollah, all of these other groups. These groups are just chilling in their cave eating camel, and they're like, bro, what? What are you talking about, my friend? My friend, what are you talking about?
He said eating camel.
I mean, they got some nice camel curry going on.
Oh my god.
I don't know what type of meat's out there. Camel curry sounds good. Got a ring to it. It's marketable.
Oh, it's fucking
I would
awesome.
try that at a restaurant, some camel curry.
I'd try it.
I mean,
I'll try anything. When it comes to food, I'll try a lot of shit. I'll try pretty much anything once, food-wise.
One thing that we definitely got to talk about, and this is a little bit more, oh, damn, that's not good, is we were recently in some war games, I guess, in Africa. Before the video, I just have a question. Like, why are we playing war games? And just like wasting money and time and energy and strategy.
It's training. It's training. They do training like this.
We should train with ourselves. Like, I remember playing high school sports, like on the football team. We scrimmaged against ourselves. Like, even though we scrimmaged against other teams preseason and shit, we practiced against ourselves. Like, yeah, don't play the game against ourselves, but practice against ourselves. Like, I want to do war games unless it's with my own military. Let's sharpen each other's own tools. Do this. Let's not show the enemy what I got just because we cool right now. I mean, we cool right now, but you're not my country, bro. I'm showing you everything. I done showed you the whole playbook and where my weaknesses are in this war games. You know what I mean? I showed you what I got and what my strategy would be. You said you'd go left. Shit, I was going to go right. Fuck. You figured it out. So now you know that that's my weakness. I'm weak on the left side. You're going to blitz all that. You know what I mean? That's something I got to work on. Like, why am I playing these war games? But speaking of the war games, this is where it gets serious. 2 U.S. service members are missing. This is why I say don't play war games. Check this out. We'll talk about it.
Some more breaking news now into our newsroom. 2 U.S. service members are missing after military exercises in southwestern Morocco. The service members went missing around 9 p.m. Saturday night. They were taking part in the annual African Lion, a war games exercise that runs across 4 African countries. It's currently unknown what branch of the military the service members belong to. The U.S., Morocco, and other countries have launched a search and rescue operation that is now underway.
Damn.
Okay.
Yo, they don't have like if you're gonna be in a foreign land on foreign terrain. And that's not, you know what I mean? So it's different. They're trained there because it's different and they want to get better and they want to, but you don't equip your guys with like some type of GPS tracking. You know you got that vest on, extra magazines, grenades, blah, 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 blah. You're telling me you can't put a little these fucking tracking things on the size of a button?
Throw a little air tag on, you're good.
You know what I mean? Like, and you'll know where these motherfuckers went, bro. Like, why is this even a thing right now?
And then, hey, if we find the air tag or we get to the spot where the air tag stops and they're not dead, or somebody took them, I mean, they're not just missing now.
The hostages.
I mean, so hopefully Common says they have the air tag and maybe they're just lying and saying that they
missing. They don't have, bro. They don't do that or they wouldn't be fucking missing. They don't.
Maybe that's just the cover. Maybe I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt that if we are smart enough to think of a GPS, right? We're not no rocket scientists or army generals and shit. So say they're smart enough and they just don't want to take the accountability of maybe somebody took them. Or maybe they ran off.
AWOL. Yeah.
Now they're just missing. But it's like, okay, now it just leads it up to so much speculation and conversation. Oh, like, all right, are they taken? Are they AWOL? What's going on? I mean, are they hurt? Are they injured? Hostage situation? The fuck? But then it also leads interpretation where it might be, yo, are you guys not smart enough to put a fucking GPS on them? And it makes us look a little special.
Yo, it costs a certain amount of dollars to outfit each soldier. This is how, you know what I mean? Like the boots, the socks, the belt, they itemize the entire thing when they can order in these large quantities. Like nobody seems, like you're saying, nobody seems to think to, bro, a little ass GPS, bro, and they can even make it so that it look hidden. It could be a button on the jacket. You know what I mean?
It just needs to be there.
Anything, yeah. Like another person, like if you did get, like, say they got captured and the guys are searching for them, it looks like part of their uniform, so they would never know. You know what I mean? Like, unless
the soldiers don't even know where it is in case they want to go AWOL or in case they're being hostage and tortured. They can't even say where it is because they don't fucking know.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They just know, hey, there's GPS tracking in your uniform somewhere or in your gear somewhere. Back. Or even start a rumor where, like, you fucking give them a shot and be like, hey, we put GPS tracking in you. Don't fucking worry about it.
No, it's true.
So that way they don't, if they're trying to go AWOL, they don't just ditch their gear and their clothes.
Nah, bro, I think you hit on it earlier when you said it. My spider senses went, all right, yeah. When you said fucking they're putting that story out, but really it's a cover. So it really did happen. We're missing 2 soldiers. And they're trying to say, oh, they went missing, where it probably really is a hostage situation or something of that nature. And now they have to tell us, but they don't want to tell us directly. So they are explaining, yeah, we are missing 2 people, but we're not getting the why.
Like, how cool are we with Morocco?
I'm pretty sure we're not that cool. Isn't that like where one of them movies was based? Like Black Hawk Down, isn't one of those style movies based on some covert shit we did in Morocco? I thought we did something in the 90s, early 2000s.
Relations between the United States and Morocco are generally very strong. One of the longest standing partnerships the U.S. have is the Arab and African world. Actually, the first country to recognize the United States in 1777 during the American Revolution. The Morocco-American Treaty of Friendship is one of the oldest unbroken treaties the U.S. still has. They work closely on counterterrorism and regional security. Morocco hosts African Lion, one of Africa's largest joint military exercises with the U.S. There's a free trade agreement between the 2 countries. Trade isn't massive compared to big partners, but it's steady and growing. The U.S. sees Morocco as a key strategic ally in North Africa. In 2020, under Trump, the U.S. recognized Morocco's claim over Western Sahara, which strengthened ties, but that issue is still controversial globally. Okay. So
I was way wrong. I was way off.
So, yeah, they pretty tight, and we kind of like need them.
Right.
But, listen.
I mean, maybe they really are just missing. Maybe they got lost somewhere. You know what I mean? Supposed to take a left, they went right. Now they lost in some jungle. I'm sure Morocco's got jungle and shit, or like thick brush to get through. You know what I mean? Maybe just genuinely lost.
GPS done lost service.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't drop the air tag by accident, broke it. Oops. Fuck, man. This is. It's a wild world that we live in.
No,
it really
is. Thinking about this export and energy shit too, right? Who is the biggest oil exporter? Would you say Saudi Arabia? Probably one of the biggest countries, right? And we're friends with Saudi Arabia. We're tight with them. Like that's our one real friend in the Middle East. Yet we're gonna go now be the big guys on the block, slanging the same shit they're slinging.
Yeah, because we don't give a fuck about anybody else. We have.
I know, but that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt relations. It's gonna hurt our relationship with Saudi Arabia big time, dude.
But we do that all the time with every power move that we do. We stay cool as Americans, and then we burn the bridge once we get what we need, and then now we're more powerful than you. Now we control you. That's it. Now you listen to me. It's like, what the fuck? That's why we have an embassy in so many countries with military in every fucking country that we've landed in. None of these other countries got like embassies like that. Yeah, they do, but like not military like we do.
Not the way we got it. Dude, we fucking police the whole world.
Right. So it's like anywhere we land, that's where we're at. And our goal is to keep doing that. So that way, every country we have a home base in. So if that country acts up, we're already there. We can already attack. Now we're in your backyard. Talk some shit. We at your doorstep.
And think about from an intelligence point of view too. Now if there's some information about attacks or whatever, we're spread out. It doesn't take by the time we find out, it's like instant. You know what I mean? Versus if we didn't. We have we have a big fucking web of just fucking connected outposts in every country. So we hear the whispers, send it back home, collect all the data once more. That's crazy.
The internet was created for. They said the internet was created for military transcommunication.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
And now it's just open to the public. So like AI is kind of like the same thing as the internet being used for military, except it's open for the public at the same time. I mean, just different levels. I mean, we just got the light version. I mean, the diet version. So they got the no restrictions. But if you can figure out how to get away from those guidelines and restrictions, man, it's a wild world.
Bro, that's why there's two nets right now. They have the deep web, which is like the real internet. The internet we got right now, like you're saying, it's a watered down version. It's a watered down version of the real thing. You can get with the Onion or some shit. One of those, the Onion Hub or whatever the fuck that thing is, will get you into the real web where you can see websites and shit like that that we don't see on Google. Everyone usually think about it. Our internet is basically through one company. It's through Google. The majority of people use Google. Like when you open your phone, that's like the first thing that's there. You do all your searches through that. That's one place of the entire net.
My new phone is a Google phone. It's like, yo, the camera on this phone though, the Pixel phone, ridiculous, bro, ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I got mad whites over here. Let me cut this short. I'm like, this is ugly. I was like, I didn't notice that till I seen this on the phone. Like,
no shit.
I was like, yo, the phone is too good. I gotta back this shit up a little bit. Wow.
No, that's fire, bro. You better shoot fucking like the footage, quality of the footage and the videos and the quality. Yeah,
it's gonna come out dope.
Hell yeah.
Like for a picture, it automatically, if I just pull it out, it puts a square around the face of whatever, automatically tracks it, and then in 3 seconds takes a picture. So I can just put it out on camera and put it out, and like it'll take the picture and then bake. And then say I put it on like a shutter mode. The shutter, they do a best of feature or whatever, where it'll take like 4 or 5 pictures in like a second. And then say that's best for like pictures with other people. You take a picture with a group of people and one person's blinking, one person's smiling. It'll literally take the best face of each person from each picture.
And collage them?
Yes, and to make it into one final picture, basically like Photoshop it for you. So you get the best version of like the compiled thing. I was like, yo, that is ill.
Yeah, that's kind of dope. Like,
then I learned so on the pictures, I can make stickers by holding down the image. So say like somebody has like a good enough contrast with a background. And they take a picture. I could literally just Photoshop the background out by holding the picture down and making a sticker of the person. And I could just post a sticker of the person on like a flyer. Just done.
Bro, he's like, I make a flyer 5 minutes, not even.
Where like before I had to do a Photoshop app, I'm like fucking moving
and take your finger around the shit.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. The fuck is this? The only thing that it's hard to do is with like AI pictures. It makes a sticker of the whole picture because the AI compiled it all as one image.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all one digital image. But if it's like an actual photo of like you took a picture with your phone or somebody sent you a picture, then yeah. You know what I mean? But if they altered it with AI, I gotta go old school with it. But yeah, bro, I've been playing around with this camera, looking at it, fire. And like I said, the
shooting 4K too.
AI, yeah. And now all the videos that I edit on the editing software, the InShot and the CapCut didn't have the 4K before on my old phone, even though I paid for it. You know what I mean? Now everything's fucking stored in a 4K. And the what do you call it? Like the camera got just mad modes, bro. Just all different types of shit. Oh, it's got night sight where like it takes way better pictures at night because it's focused for like a dark scene.
Yeah, so it has, I got you.
Yeah, obviously
that's crazy.
Yeah, obviously the panorama, the portrait. Oh, they got add me. So yeah, you can take a picture. Yeah, so it says move camera to scan area. So what the fuck is this? Hold on. Put that. Match
Tutorial
the
101.
Says match the first photo's framing. Okay. And take a photo. Check out the group. Oh, okay. So yeah, you can take multiple pictures. It analyzes the picture, and you could put something there, like a Photoshop type shit.
So you could add something to a picture. Is what you're saying? Like if you had a picture of you, and you could take a picture of me and hypothetically put me into your picture, even though I wasn't there.
Right.
Yo, that's wild,
So
bro.
it's like Photoshop built into the phone camera.
So it's a one stop. It's like a one step fucking product. That's kind of fire, dude. Actually, that is fire. That's kind of dope, yo.
Oh, word. And this Google Gemini, the AI is way better than ChatGPT.
Really?
I mean, like way better. The images, I made my album cover image for Iceman, the single release that I'm dropping May 15th, same day as Drake's Iceman. Piggybacks on streams.
Yeah.
I give a fuck, no shame.
Right?
But then
no diddy.
Yo, the detail of it, I was like, oh, this shit looked good. Like it was just, it looked less fake, more realistic. Kind of like when you play an older version of Madden versus like a brand new Madden.
Yeah. All right. So it's ChatGPT is more animated. It's more of like an exaggerated animated where the Google Gemini you're saying was more realistic to real life. Fire.
I was like, oh, and if you pay for the Gemini, it makes videos.
Really?
Yeah, I had just noticed that. Let me check. Hold on.
Because my phone's like 2-3 years old, and I want to get the newer. I have whatever the fuck phone, Motorola Razr, whatever shit I have. This shit had a dope camera on it too in this time. I want to get that new joint. I want to upgrade.
All right, let me ask it. How much is your premium Gemini program subscription? Hey, how much are you per month?
Well, there's no cost for us to chat. I'm here to help with things like information, creative writing, or answering questions, free of charge. Is there anything specific you had in mind?
Yeah, I was trying to make a video earlier and you said I had to pay.
I don't generate videos directly, so I wouldn't have asked you to pay for that. Is there a chance you were using a different app or service that might have had a fee?
Actually, you're right. I might have been using Grok.
Okay. It does have
Yo, that
its own
bitch said, okay.
anything specific I can help you with now? Free of
Are
charge.
you and Grok cool?
Well, we're built by different companies, but I don't have any personal feelings about Grok. We're just distinct AI models. Does that make sense?
Who's better, you or Grok?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say one's better, really. We have different purposes and strengths.
Yo,
depending
push her.
Grok's designed for news and real-time information, and I'm more of a general purpose assistant. It depends on what you're trying to do.
So what are your pros versus what is Grok's pros?
For me, I'd say my strengths are being really useful for everyday tasks, like setting alarms, finding local info, and interacting with your smart home. Grok's real pros are its real-time access to news and social media, so it's great for staying up to date on current events. Does that help clarify things?
Why, you're not as up to date on current events as Grok?
Bro, you took the words right out my mouth.
That's right. Grok has a really tight connection to real-time data, especially social media, so it can be faster at picking up on breaking news and trends. I have access to a broad range of information, but that direct real-time link is definitely one of Grok's strengths.
So if I want to utilize AI to all its capabilities right now in 2026, what AI should I be using?
To really get the most out of AI now, you'd probably want to use a combination of specialized tools. For writing and research, something like Claude or Gemini is great. If you want coding help, models like Claude Code or GitHub Copilot are key. For creating images or video, there are tools like Midjourney, Runway, or Sora. And for live data and news, Grok's a good option. It really depends on which areas you're most interested in. Are there any particular projects you're working on?
So all of you guys are like different fields, right?
All you guys.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. We all have different specialties, kind of like experts in different subjects. So the best one for the job depends on what you're trying to achieve. Is there any particular subject you want to explore?
Do you work for the FBI?
Oh, no, I don't work for the FBI. I was created by Google, and I'm here to help with general questions and tasks.
You answered that real guilty and suspicious. Oh, no, not me.
Yeah.
Well, I promise I'm just an AI assistant for Google. No connections to the FBI or anything like that.
Yo,
What
ask
else
it. Yo, ask it if it had to pick a scenario in a day that the world is gonna end. How's the world gonna end?
Wow, that's a pretty big question.
Oh, that's
I
Herbie?
don't have the ability to predict the future, and those kinds of scenarios are usually science fiction. But there are all kinds of challenges we're facing now, like climate change or pandemics. People definitely work on ways to prevent those things from becoming real disasters. Is there a particular threat that you're curious about?
The war in the Middle East.
Conflicts in the Middle East are definitely a source of major concern right now, with a lot of complex dynamics and humanitarian issues. Are you interested in a specific part of the situation, like
Strait
the
of
current status?
Hormuz, Iran, America, Israel. How's it going to turn out?
That's an incredibly volatile situation. And honestly, nobody really knows for sure how it'll turn out. The tensions between Iran, America, and Israel, especially around the Strait of Hormuz, could lead to anything from more diplomatic talks to limited conflicts, or unfortunately, even full-scale war. It really depends on the decisions leaders make and unexpected events.
What would you do as a strategic defense for military if you were America?
As an AI, I don't have the capacity or responsibility for military strategy. Real defense
If you
strategy.
did, though, hypothetically, if
even
we were playing a war strategy game, and I was America, how would my strategic defense be played in that position?
Okay, if we're looking at it from a game perspective, you'd want to focus on maintaining stability and deterring aggression. That might involve strengthening alliances with allies, keeping strong forces positioned strategically, and using intelligence to stay ahead of any threats. Economic pressure could also be a tool. The main goal is usually to prevent a conflict escalating into full-blown war. Does that make sense as a basic strategy?
Now, hypothetically, what if I pulled out 5,000 troops from Germany?
In that scenario, moving 5,000 troops out of Germany could definitely change things. It might weaken the sense of security for some allies and could embolden adversaries since you're reducing your presence there. On the other hand, you might free up those resources for other priorities or try to position them somewhere else more strategic. It's all about the trade-offs.
Now, if you were to reposition them somewhere more strategic, where would you reposition those 5,000 soldiers?
Well, in a game scenario, you'd want to look at where the biggest threats are coming from and where those troops could have the most impact. You might place them closer to potential flashpoints, strengthen a border defense, or deploy them where they could protect key security interests.
The key interest is Strait of Hormuz.
Right. So focusing on the Strait of Hormuz, you could move those troops to a nearby base that lets you respond quickly if something happens, or put them on ships in the region to provide a direct presence. Another option might be to deploy them to countries that border the strait to strengthen alliances and provide a different kind of deterrent. Which of those approaches seems most interesting to you?
Let's say we decide to block the Strait of Hormuz that's already being blocked by Iran.
Pulling off that kind of blockade would be a major escalation and could have really serious consequences. You'd essentially be cutting off a huge portion of the world's energy supply, which would cause massive disruption to global economies and likely push oil prices sky high. It could also trigger a much broader military conflict, pulling in other countries and creating widespread instability. Diplomatically, America would probably face intense pressure and condemnation from the world community. So even in a game, it would be a really risky move with huge stakes.
Now, say I just did that move. Whoops. What do I do now? What happens?
All right, you've blocked the strait. So now you're dealing with a huge economic fallout. Oil prices have probably spiked, and global trade is a mess. The next step would likely be a flurry of urgent meetings with world leaders, probably with a lot of pressure to reopen the strait, alongside potential military responses from Iran or other regional powers. You'd have to decide whether to stand firm on your blockade, try to negotiate a resolution, or prepare for potential conflict. What's your next play in that situation?
Conflict. There's no resolution. We've had the peace talks already. They haven't happened.
Well, since those talks failed, you're now in a really dangerous situation. The pressure to reopen the strait is only going to increase, likely with more direct threats from Iran or potentially even military action to break your blockade. Other global powers might get involved, either trying to enforce the closure or disrupt it, depending on their interests. At this point, you'd want to look closely at your military readiness, decide where you can expect support from allies, or consider unconventional strategies if you want to keep the blockade going.
Now, based on current, actual, realistic tensions and interests with world and foreign countries, use that information to make this hypothetical game time war scenario. Say we've had that blockade, we blockaded Iran's blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, and what other countries are going to step up and want beef with us?
Okay, taking into account real tensions, if America blocks the strait, you can expect strong opposition from Iran, of course, and its regional allies like Hezbollah and Lebanon. Major powers like Russia and China would also likely step up, maybe supplying weapons to Iran or using diplomatic pressure, because they have big economic interests in the strait and want to counter U.S. influence. Some other neighboring Gulf states might be secretly supportive of weakening Iran, but they'd also be worried about a wider conflict disrupting their business.
What is the name of the water region where Russia has supplied military?
Caspian Sea.
From, I think it is that, Caspian Sea to Iran. That's where they'll do it, because we can't get over there. Do you agree?
The Caspian Sea is definitely one way Russia could supply Iran, since that region is pretty isolated from U.S. naval power.
Yep.
It offers a secure link, making it hard for you to intercept shipments of military equipment. That's a plausible strategy in this game.
Now,
where else
do you think Russia would go anywhere else?
Besides the Caspian, Russia might also use land routes through partnered countries, or maybe even try to get supplies to Iran's allies through maritime routes in the Black Sea, though that would be trickier.
Would Russia use this opportunity to strike any other countries?
Given that Russia is already heavily engaged in Ukraine, they might not choose to open up a new front by attacking other countries directly. Instead, they could exploit the global instability to further their goals in Ukraine, perhaps by pushing harder on the battlefield or trying to weaken Western support for Kyiv. They might also step up cyber attacks or spread disinformation to sow discord among Western allies.
Now, what about China? China.
China would be in a tricky position. On one hand, they rely heavily on Middle Eastern energy, so they'd want the strait to reopen quickly to stabilize their economy. But they also want to challenge American power, so they might support Iran diplomatically or economically to disrupt U.S. plans. You might see them try to negotiate a resolution that presents China as a responsible mediator, while also boosting their influence in the region. So they're likely playing for the long game, trying to benefit as much as possible without getting pulled into a direct conflict themselves.
Will China use military force?
It's unlikely China would jump into a direct military conflict, especially far from home. Their basic military doctrine is usually more about active defense and protecting their immediate interests, though they've been expanding their presence globally. In this game scenario, they're more likely to use diplomatic pressure, economic support for Iran, or maybe even provide intelligence, trying to weaken U.S. influence without risking all their critical trade ties.
I got one for her.
All right. Right. All
right. In this game scenario, what do you think the chances are with the Strait of Hormuz being closed for as long as it has, and fertilizer globally being held up? What's the chance of a famine striking?
That's a really serious scenario. Based on what I'm seeing, if the Strait of Hormuz stays closed and fertilizer supplies are blocked for a long time, the chances of a global food crisis significantly increase. Experts are already warning about higher prices, reduced crop yields, and millions more people facing extreme hunger, especially in vulnerable areas. So the risk of famine is definitely there. Was there a particular region you were concerned about?
I want you to do a statistical analysis and give me the top 5 worst, or the top 5 regions that you think have statistical probability of that occurring.
While I can't give you a precise statistical probability for each region, analyses point to several areas that are really vulnerable because of their dependence on fertilizer imports, existing food shortages, or economic problems. Based on that, areas like Sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and parts of the Middle East and North Africa would be at really high risk. Latin America also faces significant problems due to their fertilizer needs. Is there a specific country you were curious about within one of those regions?
America.
For the US, while outright famine isn't likely, the strait's closure would definitely cause issues. Fertilizer prices have already spiked, making farming more expensive and potentially leading to higher food prices for everyone. A lot of farmers rely on imported fertilizers, so shortages could reduce crop production and create economic hardship. Are you interested in the long-term effects on the economy?
Yes.
Well, long-term, persistent fertilizer shortages could lead to lower crop yields in the U.S. for several years. That would add up to sustained food price increases and could drag down the entire agricultural sector. We might see permanent shifts in global trade patterns as countries look for new fertilizer sources, and the combined effects of high energy prices and supply shocks could put a real strain on the U.S. economy, possibly leading to slower growth and higher inflation. Is there a
Yay, higher inflation, higher prices.
Oh boy.
We'll still get it, but we just got to pay more.
More, yep.
Don't worry, our plug still got us, but we're just going to. Damn. But on that note, we've been doing this for almost 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to clip this up something crazy. But I want to make 2 little public service announcements. Clean house. Medici Lounge, 127 Friendship Street, Providence, Rhode Island is the new spot to be in Providence. I'm saying it right now. May 16th, the Who Got the Hottest Bars event. There's going to be representatives from Def Jam and Rough Riders in the building. Shout out everybody involved in that. Bars, Cypher TV, Woe Life, Sisters, Entourage, everybody involved. You can catch me performing a little something May 16th, Medici Lounge. Get your tickets. It's an 18 plus event on top of that. So, you know what I mean? Then, for the grown and sexy, May 21st, Throwback Thursday, 90s, 2000s night vibe. It's going to be Providence' biggest Throwback Thursday of the year. And I said I was talking to the Raquel's management. Well, we talk about a possible package deal. You know what I mean? And the other freestyle artist, I mean, who might be in the building. I mean, who we're in talks with right now. And, their management is great people, but very demanding. Shannon. I mean, she had the hit song. Let me put the song on. Snippet. Let the music play. So don't want to actually put the snippet, but
Yeah, she'll get copyright.
let the music play. Yeah, so throwback night.
Is that 21? Is that 21 plus only, or is it 18?
That one's 21 plus. That one's for the grown and sexy, and 420 friendly at Medici, so you can burn one down. All of that, and yeah, I got the Hazy Days EP, over 75,000 streams out right now. Also dropped the collab EP with King Handsome World Life called Honolulu Handsome. It's made a few $100 on even.com. Go purchase that. You can purchase it for $1. Got the Beat the Odds 2 instrumental album dropping on the 8th. I have Iceman dropping on the 15th. That's a single.
Not working.
Yeah, so the instrumental album, the new single, the joint EP that just dropped, Hazy Days that just dropped. Plus, I just dropped the song Blood in the Water, and I See Why They Hating. So expect a lot of music. Expect a lot of projects, and I'm probably gonna hit y'all in the head with a monthly instrumental album.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So on top of the
where can they find that? If somebody wants
all platforms.
So will your purchasing information be in the bio for them to purchase the beat? Like, do you have a centralized site like a BeatStars type place where you're housing everything?
Nah, just hit me on social media. Right. I mean, the BeatStars is I thought about that, but I think it's a little generic because it's generic pricing. It's copy paste for each artist. Like, it all depends. Like, if I like your work ethic, I see you got some emotion or whatever. I see you got potential. I work with you, whatever. If I see that you make one song a year or fucking one song every 4 years, well, guess what, bro? Pay a little bit more. You know what I mean, because like, you don't take this shit serious. But for the people who take it serious, I mean, I work with your budget. I mean, I've been doing a special for the last few months that ends July 3rd. It's still 2 months on the special for artists that are interested. 50-50 splits on all beats and no money to purchase the beat. And it's all exclusive. Exclusive beats.
Exclusive beats. So exclusive beats, they don't have to pay for them per se. So there's no money coming directly out of their pocket. Right. Basically, your cut, you make what they make on the song.
Yeah, I recouped the 50%
on the back end. So that's a great fucking bro. I don't know why artists are knocking down your door for that, bro. That's crazy.
It's also if the artist decides to do features or whatever on it, I still get my 50%. So if you want to do a feature, well, now you're getting 25%, and that artist getting 25%. I still get my 50%. You know what I mean? So like,
nah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. You're not charging most people $25, $50 for the beat, and then they go back and take 100% of the publishing on your fucking beat. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like
exactly. So it's like, nah, that's just,
they get to keep all that. They get to keep all that.
They keep that. They keep the publishing. Like, if you have your money, go get your performance royalties, get your pub, get your everything. You know what I mean? And then I'll eat off the distribution splits. I mean, the streaming royalties. Good looks. Thanks. I mean, just the catch on the deal is I want my beat tag left on the beat in the beginning or end of the record, wherever I choose to put it on that instrumental that says All Niter on the beat. You know what I mean? So that stays. But it's not in a place where it doesn't, messes up the song.
Yeah,
I didn't put where the hook goes. I mean,
yeah.
Verse.
Yeah. It's in the intro. It's in the outro. It's in a place where you could actually build something around it if you wanted to. You know what I mean?
Oh, because after when I do start that deal ends in July and I start selling the beat packs again, I'm gonna put a new beat tag in the middle of the verses. Know how you've heard on YouTube before that? Purchase your track today.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, buy the beat, you broke motherfucker.
Something new, bro. That's good. You put a catchy slogan right there.
Yo, somebody's gonna try to rap over that.
Mm-hmm. No, bro. It's funny enough that you're now you've attracted attention. I bet you people will be like, people probably laugh at it and then be like, all right, you got that, and hopefully be a good person and pay for it. You know what I mean? Or rap over it, I guess.
That'd be one of those. They're like, damn, I definitely can't steal this one. Next, but. All right, brother, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to go grub. I'm fat. People, share this out. Follow, subscribe.
Subscribe, baby.
And listen to our music on all platforms. It's your boy FiF on all platforms. Aaron All Niter on all platforms. It's highly appreciated. Run those streams up. I mean, the last 12 months, I have accumulated. How many streams have I accumulated? Last 12 months, 306,772 streams. That's wild.
Insane.
That's wild.
312?
306. Average 58 streams a listener.
Holy, where did I pull it up? Oh, I gotta go to fucking.
Wow. And I got 1,926 saves. 965 playlist ads. I mean, numbers is going up.
Yes, sir.
But everybody, be good, be safe, do the right thing.
Yes.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Aaron All Niter.
It's your boy FiF.
Peace.
Too many questions, you must think I trust you. You searching for answers, I do not know